now?
We are live now.
Alright, let's do this. Welcome back to Bring Your Own Bard, where this week we've kept working on our tavern, we've improved our lights, and we've been working on ironing out some of the audio and video problems we've been running into. And with that, for announcements, we'll be back same time, same place next week.
The usual.
Yeah.
Be there
Monday,
or be square.
March 8th, 7:30 to 10 p.m. And with that, let's jump right in. So where we'd left off last week, you had tracked a pair of redcaps kidnapping what looked like a gnome, or a group of redcaps. You fought two of them in the alley, and then pursued the other one underground into this hidden lair underneath the Tinker's Trinket, in the boiler room to be exact. It was revealed that the gnome that you had met that it previously Wes was actually not a gnome, and was in fact, or at least that's what he was telling you, and was in fact this shape-shifting creature of some sort. With that, Gixrat managed to cast Calm Emotions on him, and you proceeded to fight an army of redcaps while this creature just quietly packed his bags and left through a back door.
He was perhaps too calm for the encounter.
And so where we pick up, you are standing there surrounded by dead redcaps.
They're dead as heck.
And this like little room basically that has the boilers and the tunnel you came from, and then this kind of like elevated platform, like catwalk like platform that sticks out of the wall and then is sunk into the wall as well on that back wall. What are you doing?
I am livid about losing this creature, about managing to let him escape from our grasp, that I'm raving and ranting around, walking around the room, cursing explicatives of all sorts, saying that blasted shape-shifting son of a... I swear, when we get up there, we'll show them, I swear it. Oh, look at me, I'm a little redcap. And I pick up like a dead animated redcap and I like start tossing him around. He's like, oh, look at me, clingle-clangle on the ground. Quite some might I am. No, you're just a distraction, a nuisance of all things. And I'm just secretly disappointed that I let him get away. Well, should we go about chasing this fool? Or do you think he's gotten away by now?
Did Jason set his target on him?
I don't think so.
No, I didn't.
Well, we could try to follow him directly.
Did he set like maybe a trap for us?
We don't.
It's
don't
possible.
know?
We don't know which direction this went. Can I just look around the boiler room? I mean, this is a boiler room. The red caps came out of the pipes.
There was like, you look up and there's like catwalks all around,
Scaffolding.
like some like walkways in the piping, and that all attached to this like back platform where this creature was standing.
Hello,
Is there treasure, Parker?
Oh, I don't know. Roll for treasure.
I mean, where are you looking for treasure?
Yeah.
Wherever treasure would be hiding, obviously.
Well, you gotta make a choice where you're looking for treasure if you want to find treasure.
I'm going to do a thorough search and scan the entire room for treasure.
Go for it.
Are the fires...
Natty 20! Natty 20 plus 19 is a thorough search. That is a 39.
Well,
Cannot
better
get
give me
any
some
higher
of
than
that.
with a 39, what you notice
The
is
yak.
that
just let the yak do it.
Laser eyes. His scans across the room.
redcaps don't carry much for treasure.
Blasted.
They're little redcaps and they're little metal boots, and
There's nothing of value at all in here.
I'm describing things.
He doesn't like the sound of that.
There's the little size, which you saw that one hit the ground and break it, so you assume they're not much more than value. So you're like looking around. They've got little like pouches and pockets full of like rocks and teeth and random stuff that's like, okay, no. You look up on the catwalk where they came from, and you can see there's like this little like stash of stuff up there in one of the catwalks. And then looking up at that platform where the other creature disappeared, there was a large chest that he was digging through and closed before leaving. And then up there, there's shelves and books and boxes and stuff all over that area that look like there'd probably be some pretty good stuff up there.
Looks like some clues, some leads.
What are you doing?
Yak,
Right,
you have to
I'm going
communicate
to use
this
my
to
friendly
us.
toss feet.
No! Don't do it.
I'm going to throw the cursing monkey.
No!
Where was it? Which way was the treasure chest?
It's up on one of the catwalks above you.
All right,
notice
monkey, I'm
this
gonna
at all?
give him the toss.
Alright.
How high is this going?
Toss me!
I mean, it's like 15 feet up.
Theoretically, if I'm still enraged because it just ended, I could be cooling down enough. It's no check. I can just throw him 30 feet. So I just huck him.
Don't tell the elf.
I'm listening to him curse. I'm just listening to him curse. I just grab him and I just chuck him.
Yikes.
That
Alright.
would. That'll work.
I'm like R2D2.
Gixrat, make me an
Very
athletics
good.
check, an acrobatics check, so when you want to.
Alright, that dice gone.
That guy's gone.
Yes.
Whoa, settle down.
Oh! Oh, Lord! We started the session with a hero point, right? No. Just kidding. Athletics?
Or acrobatics, your choice.
Acrobatics, it is 19.
Not bad.
I
with a
somersault
19.
like a little barreling monkey.
Yeah, you just up there and then like grab onto the thing. It's a little bit of a hit, but not that big of a deal. You just hang on to it and you're like, when you look over it, and sure enough, there's this little like, bag of stuff there on the ground.
My. It looks like treasure up here, you blasted oaf. Sufficient enough for you to have thrown me up here against my will. Would you mind
I'm
asking
surprised
next
you
time?
You
sorry,
think
what
he's
was
actually
that,
going to give you
Karzjo?
the stuff?
Alright, next time I'm gonna toss you, Karzjo. I don't know if we can trust the monkey.
He's going to pocket all the good stuff. He's
Nuh-uh.
reading.
We're gonna shake him. I'm
Do I
gonna
have to do
shake him
perception
out
look,
later.
or do I
How
have
to
it?
find it?
Yes.
I mean, it's just, there's a bag
It's
up there.
okay, I can pickpocket him.
Huh?
There's just a bag up there if you want it.
Alright, I open the bag and look through. Also, did we get XP for the last? Encounter?
You will.
We shot. Two
Sure.
red hats and then another whole
There's a
swath.
bunch of crazy stuff. Where are you at XP wise right now?
I think we're at 320. If I'm not wrong.
Let me check.
Just add 100 more.
Yeah.
At
Move up
least.
to,
At
put it at
least.
500.
Wow!
Well, basically, okay, I'm just going to be level with you. I was planning on you
Just an
Getting-
Not
joke.
sucking.
to level 10 like showing up at ice mark would be like the transition to level 10.
Okay.
So I'm kind of like
So we're
more like
800 XP to
event based
get.
XP than just like
Right.
a little bit of both. But it's like I'm trying to gauge things. Like when you get to ice mark, I feel like that'd be a good spot in the chapter to be like, you've just showed up at this new place. You've been like on a ship for a week. You've been figuring stuff out. You're level 10
So,
now.
when we go sailing, we need to find some pirates and
Lots of
you know,
sailing.
do some farming.
Yeah. There's
Lots
stuff to
of
do.
Well,
maybe some stuff to do.
gorms to defeat. No, I'm just kidding.
So if that puts us at 500, we only need 300 more. If we find the guy and fight him, and he has any more buddies, that could add like an extra 100. And I mean, we're close to leveling up.
Boy, how it sure can. I tell you what. I tell you what. All right, I open the bag and I look in.
It is an odd collection of coins and what look like probably valuable rocks and gems.
Can I roll a sleight of hand check to pocket the goods? I also
Pretty
get a
nice
bonus
perception going on. I think I would see your sleight of
to that. He has to roll perception against that, but I also have assurance for thievery, which would guarantee a 10, which means I don't even have to. Oh yeah, when you successfully steal something, observers, creatures other than the creature that you stole from, take a -2 circumstance penalty to their perception DCs to detect your theft. Additionally, if you first create a diversion using deception, taking a single palm on object or steal action doesn't end your undetected condition.
Don't worry, Cody. I
can't
was
metagame.
already planning on.
You can't metagame.
Like I said, I was already planning on pickpocketing Gixrat later on.
You can't metagame this.
What are you?
I already said when he tossed you up, I said don't worry, I can pick.
And I told him I was planning on shaking you out later because nobody trusts you.
What are you? All right. So what are you doing right now, Baryakamule?
I'm staring. My eyes have not left the monkey.
Well, I've
I have
like
zero trust
gone.
for him.
I've gone like in the further back. It's like, oh, it looks like, yeah, definitely some treasure up here. Oh, and I turn my back on it, and you can't really.
I would like.
Oh
to,
my goodness! Look at all of this treasure! Wow, you guys are gonna be so happy about this. Oh my gosh!
Don't worry, Gixrat. You can even listen to the recording. I said when you first got tossed up. Don't worry, I can pickpocket him.
Parker, how much life does
It's been a while.
scaffold have?
You have to admit, it's been a while since you've been
It's
pickpocketed.
decent enough.
You're not wrong.
I would like to.
I don't think you can break it.
I would like to take Elthoron on the platform and just see if we can find some tracks.
I create a diversion.
Yeah, so you walk over there and like looking around. You're able
or
to
anything
see-
left behind or anything.
Yeah, hopping
Yeah,
up
that
there.
one guy
Um,
that they
there's like you find a ladder, you get up, and then it's like artists looking for tracks or looking for left behind stuff, treasure.
Stuff left behind and like tracks. Like, wait, I guess he was just going. Do we know the one doorway he went out? Like,
Yeah, so you get up there, and it's not really any tracks, because it's like a metal floor. But there is just one door in the wall, and it is a like metal-bound door that has a really elaborate-looking lock system on it.
so it's closed and locked.
It's closed and locked behind him.
All right.
Looking around, there's like a small workbench with like drawings and books, and there's shelves of like odds and ends and random stuff, and then there's again this like treasure chest, and there's like other little boxes and nooks of stuff. There's a small bed, there's like a dresser with a bunch of different clothes in it.
I would like to search. Can I just briefly look at all the books and notes? I mean, I'm gonna take them all, but
Yeah.
if it's simple enough.
Before you do anything else, once Gixrat said there's treasure, I also want to throw the cat up there. Because I just have zero trust for Gixrat.
Create a diversion, which means
I'm throwing the cat up there
spill
first.
them across.
How are you creating a
How are we gonna
diversion
do this?
that
Did you
won't draw attention to me?
Did you grab the bag?
Yeah, he's got a bag of like coins.
You should throw
I
some stuff down there.
pretend
Okay,
to
so
trip.
I land.
Well,
I'll land.
I haven't
I'll
rolled
land up
for it
there
yet.
on my feet.
No.
The cat's
So-
up there with you, monkey.
No, it's not yet. Not yet. I can choose to act.
He just
Do we
talked
roll
to
for initiative here? Do you want
We
to
have
do
not
that?
rolled for initiative. We're just gonna go party on party. It's like, guys, we're talking like 100 gold.
This
worth of
is
stuff max.
important to me. I'm sorry, but I'm
I'll
gonna be
roll
stickler
for
here.
initiative.
Let's roll for initiative. How
Oh
about that?
gosh! All right, roll for initiative.
Alright.
If your initiative's higher than Gixrat, then you can throw Karzjo up there before Gixrat pockets anything.
Hero point.
My initiative is 32.
What'd you
What's
get,
yours?
Daniel? What's Daniel?
Wait, his initiative or Baryakamule's initiative?
What's your initiative?
Mine's
He's
35.
throwing-
35.
Oh my gosh! Yeah.
You gonna beat 35? No, you ain't, monkey. Not even with your hero point. Down the drain. Cat's going up to the walk.
They can't see.
Initiative's your percent.
I just looked
Yeah.
over and grabbed
That's right.
Karzjo.
What'd you get
and
total?
I just gave you the look that says
30
I don't
something?
trust him.
Did
I
you
just
get
throw
30?
Karzjo up there next.
27.
So you probably be able to pocket a handful of coins before.
The cat is now up there, and I'm
How
still
much?
watching you.
Yeah, roll for that. Like, palm an object.
Make
against
a
it,
yeah, make a
DC.
sleight of.
I just don't have enough. I would say I don't have enough time to create a diversion.
Make a palm an object hit check.
Come on! Alright, hold on. Come on! Come on! 26.
6. You're able to get.
Can I
probably
roll a
10
perception check to get it against that?
No, it's
So-
passive.
He's
Passive.
able to. Oh, what's your passive perception?
Okay.
It's actually 28
28. Oh, it is true.
because it's a
My
plus 2.
passive perception is
29.
is that my perception plus 10?
Yeah.
27.
27. He barely gets you. So you're able to. You hear him going to throw Karzjo, and you're able to like scoop out like 5 gold coins and pocket them, and turn around. And then when they get up there, and you've got this bag with like,
Hey!
95 gold worth of
Look!
gold and
it's-
gems.
Look at
Take
all
it,
these.
Karzjo.
Look at
Just
all this
take it
gold
from
and
him.
gems, guys. Look at it. Look at all that. Wow. We all did.
But you guys
this.
are fighting over the small bag of.
This is
red
our
Catfolk.
victory, guys.
Aden and
know,
Elthoron, what
I
are you
think
doing?
we all can take
I'm
responsibility.
searching the workbench and taking all the books and notes.
Okay. So what you find there's a lot of. It's like designs and plans for basically like the construction of like the blunderbuss and then different mechanical. A lot of it's not complete. It's little pieces, like just random drawings, sketches. Some of the crafting, there is a crafting book that is complete, like just a basic crafting book.
Wow. Nice job.
So it would give you all the crafting recipes, 1 or 0.
You said 5 gold coins.
Yeah, and then
Wink.
I'm up to buy some hair.
there's like ink and paper and mugs if there's anything that you want to.
Take ink and paper, books, and that's the paper. About tools, anything of interest?
There would be like some tinkering tools, like some craftsman's tools, tinkering tools there. So you would find a nice set of. I would say find a nice set of tinkering tools, like on the workbench.
I'm just like open my satchel to the workbench. I'm just like
Raking stuff in.
Squish. Yeah, it'd be good for later.
There's definitely a bunch of like half-burned candles and some like old bread, and if you want that stuff as well.
No, that's. I mean, some might slip in.
Yeah.
We're having a little
We're past that
special
now.
moment. He's
Can I do it?
He's never gonna live that down.
What's up?
Can I do a thievery check to check for like hidden compartments around here?
Yes, go for it.
Howdy there, partner. How you doing? Welcome back to the Pathfinder game.
A 4?
Good to see you.
18. With an 18, as you're like searching around, you find like underneath the shelf, there's like a section of the wall that's like movable, and you can like push it open. And it's like it looks like a piece of wall that you could like move. What are you doing?
What do you guys think? Looks like there's a trapdoor over here.
Let's see what's behind it. Yeah.
Give me just it looks like it's movable, but we haven't opened it yet. So what type of check is that?
So I mean, you
It
can
depends on what you want to do with
you
it.
can check for traps, or you can just try to open it. And if it's not locked, you can just open it because we've found it.
Yeah.
If it is locked or checking for traps, that's both thievery, I do believe.
So while this is all going on, and Gixrat's holding out the bag to me, I go up and I
Look at this. Look
pat
at this.
him on the I pat him on the shoulder and say good job. And as I'm patting him on the shoulder, I try and do a sleight of hand and try and pickpocket him using subtle theft.
Can I cast?
Do you let him pat you on the shoulder?
No. No, I don't.
Do you let anyone pat you on the shoulder?
I never.
In this situation.
Not this goblin. This literal goblin. That's just like very not trustworthy. I'm not gonna.
You are not untrustworthy. You don't know that I'm trying to steal from you. Remember what you said?
I mean, in this situation,
Should have cast.
Nope.
I think he does know.
'cause I haven't stolen from him in quite a long time, so I'm going up like good job. And I haven't stolen from him. He wouldn't know that I'm trying to steal.
He's already stolen from me twice, and I've noticed that, by the way.
No, you didn't. You did not notice.
Yeah, I noticed the difference in my bank account, okay?
No, because I handed
And
you coins.
I didn't speak to very many other people besides that. Actually,
Remember,
you're right.
all
I
that
never
you knew-
noticed you. I never.
All that you knew was that I gave you coin. Because I gave you 5 extra coin.
All right, fine. I can't
I
really
took
do
10
anything. I
and
didn't
I
cast
gave
anything in advance. I can't do anything here.
I'm
What'd you
sorry, Gixrat.
Karma.
I'm sorry.
Why is the world
I,
so cruel to
Honestly,
me?
in this situation,
What did
you
I
can
ever
choose
do?
to be touched or not. You can. Yeah, I mean,
I
is he gonna
would agree.
hand over the bag of gems?
I would agree with
I mean,
that.
either way, my thievery check was a 37.
I want to say slow down there,
But if
partner.
he's looking for you, you can't
He's
steal
got
without.
he's got to take a -4 because I notice
Parker.
him. That's actually how palm knowledge works. Yeah.
Subtle theft means that you get a -2 to your perception.
So what was your total roll?
37.
So the way it goes is it's a -4 automatically. No, it's a -5. I know that for sure.
For pickpocketing?
Yes. Yep. You can steal or pawn an object that's closely guarded, such as in a pickpocket, without taking the -5 penalty. That's the pickpocket feat, but the pickpocket skill.
You have the pickpocket. Do you have the pickpocket feat, Zach?
No, subtle theft.
I have subtle theft, but I don't know that I have.
And subtle theft is they take a -2 to their perception DCs. But, excuse me.
Yeah, I don't have pickpocket as a skill.
So it'd be a -5 to try and steal something from a pocket. So your roll would be
2.
So you'd be at like a 34. And so your
That's still
perception,
better. than
your
mine.
perception's against a 34.
Yeah. Yeah, my passive perception is a 25.
Okay. You don't roll against?
Oh, he did roll.
Did you roll?
He rolled a...
No, you.
He wouldn't be rolling because he's not looking out for it.
Yeah.
You could be looking out for it though, because you're standing right in front of him.
That's how we can roll that, is if I am standing in front, I could roll. It
Probably.
doesn't really specify.
Probably in the future, you could say you go up to somebody and tap them on the shoulder, see what they do, and then say if you're pickpocketing somebody. Somebody has the chance to make a reaction or hold on to their coin voices or...
I would like to hold on to my coin purse, that's for sure. That's for sure.
I mean, are you still holding the bag of all the gems? Ooh.
I'm trying to hand it out to this fool.
Yeah, he's holding it out to me, and I go up looking in it, and I pat him on the shoulder, congratulating him.
Cody's just like, I'm waiting for justice to be served.
No, it's fine. I'm already gonna shake you out later anyway.
You would roll against him.
Huh?
You would roll against him, yeah, and make a perception check.
Oh, I do. Okay.
Yeah, versus his sleight of hand check.
Let's go. Let's go.
So what's the check I have to do on this door to open it?
Natty
Get him?
20.
So, Karzjo, if you go to pat him on the shoulder, it's a nat 20. If you go to pat him on the shoulder and reach for his pocket,
Gosh.
Gixrat sees it and slaps your hand away and then pulls out the loot with the pointy end out and it's like,
Pickpocket me again, and it'll be your throat, Amaroon. And I say that in Amaroon.
if you want to, are you wanting to open the door, investigate it? What are you wanting to do?
Do we find out what was in the chest?
Not yet.
Let's check the chest.
So I want to.
Just
I'm gonna try and do a deception to say I wasn't trying to. You had a bug on you. I was trying to swat it away.
Oh, I believe you. I totally buy it. Listen, buddy. I know a thief when I see
Okay,
one.
that'll be a for me to lie like that. It's a 32 deception.
Against what though? He just saw you try to.
Are you trying
Well, no,
are you trying to
because
lie
you
to
saw me reaching, right? As Parker said.
I mean, he rolled a nat 20. There's no way he's buying that. The nat 20 perception, he knows what you're. He's just gonna give you his look.
I know a thief when I see one. Listen to me. If you do that again, I'll catch you. I swear it. That oath may eventually shake me out, but
All right.
we've all got ourselves to look out for. You hear me?
Okay, let's go look after this gnome that they were dragging down here.
All right,
So let's
that.
do a.
Let's open the
do a
chest up,
speed
guys,
read.
and put it in the bag of holding. Before we break that door open,
Open.
let's just see what's
So-
in the chest.
What chest?
There's a big chest up there as well.
Find
So,
the books right next to you, Aden.
Alright.
were you wanting to check that trap door first, or open the chest first, or what are we wanting to do?
Let's open the chest.
I'm gonna do that as they're messing around with the chest.
All
I'm
right,
gonna do a thievery check and try and like carefully open it with like making sure there's no traps on it.
yeah, it's. See. What
It's
was
wet, Parker. Stop
was-
smiling behind that mustache.
How was your thieves check?
Roll thievery.
Or roll thievery, yeah.
It's gonna be a 29.
29? Yeah, with that, you're easily able to find the edges and like slide it open and check. Doesn't seem to be trapped. And so you carefully push it open. And
Right.
it's just this kind of... You're a half-elf. You have dark vision, right? Or
Right. It's
Low light
Low
vision.
light vision.
it's just kind of this low, like, tunnel of a space, and just space in there. And you look in, and it's just full of bones. Like gnome bones.
Oh,
Nuns, you might say.
wow. Okay.
Hmm.
That got dark.
Is this in the chest? Or
This is in the little, like, crawl space underneath the desk.
Oh. And crawl space is the space where he escaped out from?
No, he
or-
went out through it. There's a door. It's like a big metal, like, or like brass and iron bound. Like,
So it's
door.
just like a tiny little room,
That's just been like.
a little
Packed
cave
with-
that we can see.
Just packing
Yep.
away gnome bones.
Can I do what's the other one I have? Just a quick check on those then. The forensic acumen. Kind of check like if they're all fresh or if they've been there a long time.
Yep, go for it.
How they died. Assuming you've shown this to the party a little bit.
This would be a medicine check, right? Since it's forensic.
Mhm.
Comes out to 23.
23.
Yep.
That you wouldn't be able to tell exactly when they died, but you can tell that some of them are more recent. You guess probably a few weeks old, and some of them are like pretty ancient and bleached. Like they've been down here for a while.
So this is probably where all the disappearing gnomes have ended up.
Well, if they've been there for a while, though, that wouldn't make sense if there's no fresh bodies.
Well, some seem to be like a few weeks old, like in the last few weeks.
This has been
Okay,
happening a
never
while,
mind.
right?
Yeah.
Picked up recently.
Wow, that got dark.
Well, they were
Wow.
known for like liking to murder people, so it's not really surprising. This is like their little hideout. Looks like.
Parker, I would like to collect all the red caps in the room.
The hats,
Yes,
you can if you want to.
thank you.
They kind of creep you out a little bit.
The hats creep me out.
You just get this kind of weird, like, skin crawling feeling as you collect them. Like, it just feels weird.
Kind of roll perception on them to see what's up.
Go for it.
Is that like nature, medicine? What is that?
Whatever check you want to... You could roll, I mean, nature medicine, or you could roll any sort of lore or
Survival?
arcana. Survival, if you wanted.
Oh, I do not have Arcana at the moment, so I'll roll. Oh, natural one. Never mind. I just feel creeped out and collect them.
They're just kind of creepy, yeah.
Do they have gangly fingernails?
The red cups?
They were like well trimmed.
If
I
you
mean,
start
sharp fingernails.
stealing fingernails, I'm gonna be disturbed.
Are you looking for sharp
Is
fingernails?
it clawy like? Does it look like a claw?
They're not like complete like a claw. They've got like long nails.
Right.
They're kind
Take a pinky.
of. It's easy enough to find a little pinky and take a pinky.
Alright, take a pinky. I tuck it away.
You didn't.
All right.
Alright, let's see.
Anything else?
One red cap pinky to my inventory.
We should.
That's
the chest.
are the-
There's that
juicy
chest.
pinky.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Is it locked? Can I check it?
You go to check it and it's like it's locked, but it's just kind of looks like it's a pretty basic, like it'd be pretty easy to pick.
I try to punch the lock. Does anything happen? Seems like a simple lock.
Seems like a pretty simple lock. You just punch it and like shakes, and like the lid's not down super tight. Like it's not super well attached, but it still seems like it's. You probably wedge it off like with it, like just like pry it
Ooh,
off or
can I
something.
punch the lock?
Punch it harder.
You can try punching it.
Friends, come over here.
Yes.
I take care of the lock on this chest.
Are the water boilers still
Ooh,
going?
32 to punch it.
Can I extinguish
It's
one?
athletics.
With a punch like that, you just kind of like it bends all of it in, and it like seems like now at this point you could just like rip it open pretty easily.
Yes.
I announce that I'm going to spill over one of the cauldrons. Say, fellas, I have a hunch.
Cauldrons?
The boilers? I mean, you could if you want. I mean, they're like steam boilers running the machines upstairs.
Oh, gotcha.
So you could drain them out if you wanted to, but then that would like the forge wouldn't be working the next morning.
I do it anyways. One of them.
Make me an athletics check.
Can I use telekinetic push?
Or you could use that kind of push to like
benefit it.
open a valve.
Dang
and
it.
pour
I was
one out.
hoping he would die. Scalding water.
I was like, oh my god.
Not today.
I still shake out your warm, burned body looking for loot.
Not today, fella. It's you hurl a light, an object that is within 1 bulk or less at a target. So I don't know if that would actually really help it. Can maybe make an attack roll at it to see if you can break through. Hurl a red cap body at it.
Is there just a handle?
There's
There's
like,
gotta be a handle.
like a-
steam vent.
yeah, some sort of thing you'd vent out of it and like to clear the tank if you wanted to.
Okay. I think I'll just do that. I think I'll just vent it out
Okay, so you gotta vent it.
to drain it.
Scalding water pours out of one of the boilers, goes washing down that drainage tunnel.
Okay. Do I see anything inside?
Water that smells pretty bad. Like, you know, like it's like just been really old river water that's been like boiled a lot.
Gotcha.
Oh,
It's
but
kinda
like
like
not
gnarly.
a body. Like
Not
they're
bodies.
boiling people to death.
They're not
Is that
boiling
what
people to
you're
death.
checking?
Dang
no.
Yes.
In the meantime, though,
It's a good hunch, though. What's in the chest we broke?
Bidley takes 6 scalding damage. As he is down there at the end of that by that tunnel.
I'm sorry, Billy.
So you're just popping the chest open, no checks.
I cast Soothe.
I don't know. I'm not a thief check, so I broke it open. Does somebody have a thief check?
Open
You
the
wanna open
chest.
it?
Wait, does anyone need healed? I announced. Does anyone need healing?
I'm going to
I'm gonna
open
take my
the
axe
chest.
parker and flip it open with my axe, not my hand.
So you pop it open.
No healing?
It's-
Okay.
When you open it up, you suddenly hear like ticking, like tick, 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 tick,
Oh no!
All right.
and it just keeps ticking.
Handle that.
Are you sure?
Is there anything in it?
When you look
people
in,
invented-
this chest is full mostly with
Explosives.
pocket watches.
Oh gosh.
Like, just
Wow.
watches, all sorts of like watches and weird little like glasses and mechanical objects, like just a bunch of random stuff, like clockwork toys looking things.
No. Is this the stuff they take from the gnomes they kill?
I bet. Wouldn't be surprised.
Well,
What
so
could
is
you
it
possibly want with an
is it
animal?
wired up to anything?
Make me some sort of check.
Some
Well, I'm
sort
not
of-
down with him.
Oh.
I shout out to Baryakamule.
I mean, the catwalk like runs along and comes down like a ladder to this platform if you want to come down. It's not that.
I think we should
Yeah.
take it with us. We can always
Well,
return.
Let's make sure
I
it's
want
not
to
gonna
figure
blow
out if
first.
it. Yeah, I want to figure out if it's connected to a bomb or anything.
Like, do we hear one sound of ticking or like 1,000 ticks, like 1,000 watches are going off in there, kind of a sound?
There's a decent amount of watches.
So a
Like-
lot of ticking. So it's not just like there's one ominous tick.
No, it's like a bunch of like different little things like ticking away in there.
Okay.
Maybe a bunch of tiny little bombs.
A bunch of
Yeah,
tiny.
yeah.
Each watch is individually programmed to
Little-
blow.
An array of firecrackers.
I still think we should take it.
I
Let's
don't
take it.
disagree. They could be valuable after all.
Yeah, we some good stuff in there.
You
We gotta
could sell-
replace our stuff.
You could sell some of this fine machinery, you know, as Gixrat
I think
haughtily announces.
I think we should try to get through that door and just follow him now. What time is it?
Let's do it.
It's probably like 11 o'clock at night right now.
Okay.
Does anyone need healing?
I would take some.
Okay, I got you. I guess it was, which is 1d10 plus 4.
Do you roll? Me roll.
No, one living creature.
I should heal myself too. Yeah, I gotta do a healing.
I could use some health too.
Okay. Alright, I cast Soothe on... Let's see. You get a +2 status bonus to saves against mental effects for 1 minute.
Okay.
For all you cool folk out there. And
Don't try a sleight of hand on me then.
you and you as well also need healing. Sorry. Elthoron and Baryakamule.
Yes.
I cast 2 more Soothe.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it on myself really quick too.
What is
you're-
Soothe Recover, Daniel?
1d10 plus 4 hit points.
D10 plus 4. Do you roll that or do we roll that?
You roll that. I really should have made that my signature, because I could have made it up to level 5.
What's that
3,
right now?
4, 5. It would be 5d10 plus 4.
Plus 4.
Yeah. That's kind of a big deal.
Right now it's level 1.
Yes.
Impressive.
I do what I can, you know?
Yes.
Have to make
Thank
some
you, Gixrat.
sacrifices here.
Just Baryakamule and me that need the health check or the medicine.
Yeah. Just 1d10
Okay.
plus 4. And then if you're healing yourself, are you doing a medicine check on yourself?
Yeah, which so I'm going for the expert, and I did a
3 wounds.
oh, I barely got it. 21. Okay, so that's
21. 21?
21. So now I'm gonna roll a 48 plus 10.
Parker,
that's
is battle
a 48.
is battle
Trade
medicine
wounds.
an initiative move, or can you do it out of initiative?
You can do it out of initiative. What makes battle medicine cool is it allows you to do a medicine check during combat, which normally you can't do.
Okay, I'll hold on to it. Is there a cooldown on that? It's a background feat for me.
You just be attempting medicine at this point, not actually doing.
It's so
Okay.
it's on a target, and then I think there's a cooldown battle medicine like that target. It's like 1 hour or something.
Okay.
So you can do multiple targets.
Does
different
anybody
turns,
else need
but-
medicine then?
You know, if I'm not...
How much
if I'm
time do
gonna
we
be
got for
honest-
this medicine check, Parker?
Yeah, Camille,
Medicine checks take 10 minutes.
10 minutes.
It's about 10
I
minutes.
know you got me.
I mean, we should probably be
use
going after this guy a little
some
bit.
healing.
He's now about like 30
All right.
minutes away, right? We should probably follow him.
Yeah.
Alright, that's fine.
Elthoron, can I check the door? Karzjo?
Yeah, is there any like tracks to this guy since we found this chest that I can set him as my prey?
It's pretty
I
easy
don't
to
think
look
there
around
would be.
all the stuff and using that set him as your prey if you want to.
Is
You're
the
just
going first or second in the marching order?
What?
Or first or last?
Oh, right now you guys are all up at the door.
Oh, gotcha. When we head up there eventually. I'm just wondering. Just wondering. No particular
Okay,
reason.
so am I at the door opening it?
Yeah, which it looks
Okay,
like
so another
locked, so,
thievery
yeah.
Yeah, so-
check. I roll a 6 for 22. That's pretty bad.
Yeah, with the
Let's see what we
22,
got.
you are
Gonna have to.
unable to get the door open.
Karzjo.
Well, I
Yeah,
guess
let
we're
you
going
open
home.
I can try pickpocketing, or I can try picking the lock.
Yeah.
I have thievery tool or lock picking tools.
Amaroon.
Please do.
So I'll is that did we ever determine where the catfolk are from? Because I know my language is Amaroon.
I don't know
But-
the exact origin of
Yeah, I know.
Catfolk. They don't really they don't really specify.
Like-
in.
Is the country called Amara or
I don't know. So yeah.
Amaroon?
Hold
They're
on
like-
a second there. Hold on a second.
Tune in next
Let's
week.
get the door open. Let's
Yeah.
get the door
Yeah.
open.
Exactly.
While you guys are researching, I'll go ahead and pick this.
Karzjo is about to pick the lock and he goes, "Where am I from?" Deep questions of life suddenly fall upon him.
Karzjo.
Uh,
Take a -2 penalty to your focus.
That's thievery, right?
Commonly
Yep.
found in Garen, that's where, yeah.
That is a
viewers.
34.
Garen is very far south. It's
34?
like-
You're able
Yeah.
to, like, pick away, and then, like, you feel the tumbler move, like, what feels like a third of the way. Like, it rotates a little bit. The door's still locked, but the tumbler's rotated a little bit. Go ahead and make me another thieves check.
Oh
What
no!
the heck? Do I need to be doing wary disarmament?
Nope.
Okay.
I mean,
Oh
I'll
gosh,
try.
that's a lot worse. That it was a. Was it a 25?
25. So you're adjusting it and trying to get it. This one lockpick just, like, tink, snaps off. But you've still got the first pin in there, so it's still turned. So you can try picking it again.
Yeah, I'll try one more time. That's a little better. That is a.
We're all just watching intently.
Actually,
Yeah, we're all just like,
That's a
Sternum.
32.
Is the
32?
yak in the back of the group?
With 32, you're able to,
We're all
like,
clustered around the door.
just enough, like,
Watch out.
and it, like, pops open. You got the door.
So we got open.
Yeah, the lock
Okay.
turns, and you can, like, turn the knob, and the door, like,
Okay, then I want to peek through quiet, like sneakily, just to make sure nothing's gonna jump. And I want to be actually no. What I'm gonna do is I'm going to stand off to the side of the door, and I'm going to slam it open quickly to see if any traps jump off.
okay.
So I'm
Totally got
standing
my
off
axe.
to the side out of the opening of the door, and I just hit it really hard with my hand, and then pull my hand back immediately.
With that, the door slams open with this just bang! And, like, nothing happens. And you look down the hallway, and it's just this long, dark tunnel.
I have dark vision. Can I see anything?
You look down, and it's a pretty small tunnel. It's not very big.
So like I won't fit. Small.
You could. It'll be tight. You'll just be like, you know. But it's like,
Scraping my horn.
yeah. As you go down the tunnel. But it's like, looking down, there's some, like, shelves and boxes and stuff along the walls, like, as you go. But it's not... There's some stuff in there, but it's just kind of this long tunnel that goes away.
All right. Small people first. Will Bidley make this tunnel, or is this where we have to part ways with Bidley for now?
No. He can fit. Does he have
Do you
to-
have a-
he has to roll a
Do you have a
check?
shrinking spell?
We need
Anybody have a
shrinking
pin particle?
Wait, how big is it actually?
spell. It's like a human could walk through it, but it's gonna be tight.
A pin.
Oh.
You're gonna wedge him in there.
We'll
I
leave
got
him
nothing,
alone
Bob.
and
Grease him up.
I got nothing. Either Bidley fits or he doesn't. Goes away or he doesn't.
Is there grease or oil in here? Can we like coat Bidley in it real quick so he slides?
So, I wait for everybody to go in, except for Baryakamule. And before he goes in, it's a crawl space, right?
No, it's like a tunnel. It's like you're standing upright, but it's just kind of like, it's probably
It's a
like,
little bit like a
maybe
hunter
6
over
feet
tunnel.
tall.
Okay. I wait for everybody to go first, and I stop the yak.
So we're walking down the tunnel.
So they're walking down
so
the
who's
tunnel.
first? What's marching order?
Bidley dissipates. He's done. He can't fit. That's fine.
What's marching order, guys?
One of the trackers up front.
Is
Somebody
Yak
who can,
going first? Because if not, then
stealth
I'll
through?
wait.
That's
Yak's
what we're
going in the back because I have to like squish to get through, so I have to go in the back.
All right. So everybody sneaks through.
So
Just
I'll
stop
go
the yak,
first,
just a
because I'll go first because I'm keeping an eye out for traps,
All right.
and we'll have Elthoron right behind me, and
About
he can because he's the main tracker and he can tell me what's going on and what to, like, if he senses anything.
Then I will follow Elthoron.
Okay.
I'm giving you the what's up monkey look.
All
Like
right.
the one
I'm
where I'm
after
glaring through
Karzjo.
your brain.
I say, hey, yak. I take out my 5 gold. I take 3. I give it to you. And I say, keep
You
this.
manipulator.
Wink. Benefits us.
You
right?
actually catch a bit of a smirk, a bit of a Minotaur smirk as I pocket it and let you go in. That was a smooth move.
Right.
I deduct 3 gold.
Karzjo, you're in the lead. Roll me a check for traps. Perception.
Jimmy,
Natty 20.
Natural 20.
First one of the night.
Let's go.
Ding 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 ding.
With
Ring the bell.
the natural 20, what you notice is that there are multiple sets of traps along this tunnel.
Huh.
There
Sure enough.
is another
I
one
love
of
the way you
those.
said that. You may
There-
have noticed this tunnel is highly booby-trapped.
It's all the traps. It's got one of those exploding bag traps. It's got what looks like a trap where spikes come out of the wall and impale people, like Indiana Jones, like,
Very original.
or a generic Steven Spielberg film. That's not.
Yeah.
So like stuff like that. Like there's all these different traps, like maybe dart shit of the wall. But as you're going down looking, as you get closer to them, you realize that none of them are set.
Oh gosh.
Ooh.
Possibly because
So-
somebody was in such a good mood, they didn't have time to think about it.
Oh my god.
And so there's all these traps out here, but nothing's set up and ready to go. It's all just sitting there.
Oh my
Parker,
god. I'm taking
can-
all of the bag traps.
There's
is there
one bag
any
trap
like
you can.
small trap that I could take to add to my to take apart later to add to my portfolio of what I can craft?
If you want to go through one of those, you can get one of those traps that looks like it would shoot like a little like poison dart,
Okay.
and you could take that apart to learn how to build some sort of snare in the future if you wanted to. Some sort of snare that, if someone tripped the tripwire, it would stick them with a poison arrow or something.
Okay, I'm
That's
gonna
awesome.
take that one with me.
Okay, so I will take the bag, the bomb
Yep.
bag, and then let's. So what types of traps are there?
That was the big ones, like the trap, the bag trap. There's a couple others where it looks like there's some sort of like built into the wall. If you tripped it, like spikes would shoot out of the wall and stab you, or a bunch of rocks would drop from the ceiling and fall on you, like things like that. Like it's
Very
outside of the ones that you've grabbed and Baryakamule grabbed. The rest of them are just pretty basic, like
So this would have been a nightmare if it weren't for Daniel or Gixrat.
yeah.
You already know, dog. You already know.
Pretty brutal.
Is there any way to know if he was like skipping and singing? He was in such a good mood going down the hall. Do gnomes sing like trolls?
How would we know that?
Yeah, I mean, you could try and check and see if the footprints look pretty even,
Like
or if they
he's
look
been
like
dancing?
skipping. Yeah.
Somebody roll perception for tracking. Elthoron,
He's
see if he's been
sedated.
dancing down the hall.
He's
Okay, let's
sedated
see.
by my swooning
So-
sonnets. By
Oh,
my
natural one.
cordial melody.
A natural one.
Yikes.
Oh
It's
no.
in a stone tunnel. It's hard to tell if he was dancing down the hallway, but you imagine he probably was.
I'm like imagining Star-Lord from the first Guardians when he's like dancing and like kicking the little rodents.
Yeah.
It's kind of what's running through my mind right now.
Yep.
Man.
Okay,
So-
so we're walking down the tunnel.
Yeah.
Karzjo is still in front, or maybe I've stepped in front now because he'd stopped to pick up a little trap. So as we walk down this tunnel, does there seem to be an end to it?
It eventually comes to a point where it comes to an end, and there's a ladder going up to a like wooden, like just like pulled over the top wooden door above you.
Okay, so let's see.
I mean, it's not that. Like, at this point, the door's like, the tunnel itself is like barely 6 feet tall. And when you get there, the door's maybe a foot. Like it suddenly goes up like maybe a foot. Like so, the door you could like reach up and like
Just reach it with my
Yeah.
I just push on it. Okay.
it just pushes up a little bit.
Let's just go ahead and open it. Yep.
Some hay like falls through on you. Just a little bit of hay as you like push it open and slide it up. And it looks like you're in some sort of like stable or shed above you.
Okay.
Oh, interesting.
Well, we didn't get into the great villain's lair, I see. Let's
Yeah,
go
let's
inside
go
and
and
check.
climb out.
Yes.
We're in this shed now.
I can surmise this was only a base of operation.
So you climb out, and it's like just this like 3-walled little wooden shed. One wall's open, with like hay on the ground. Just a bunch of random like tools and equipment, and it's on the backside of just some other building. And it's just random hidden.
And we're just dragging this chest full of golden watches that's ticking behind us.
Tick, 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 tick.
Yeah,
Tick, tick,
who
tick.
has the chest?
I'm in the back, so I guess it's me dragging it.
Nice.
And I mean, it's like, you know, it's probably like 2 foot by 2 foot by like 1.5 tall. It's not
Do we
too
draw
huge
any
for you.
attention to ourselves?
It's
Like a
11 o'clock at
monkey
night.
coming out of a hole, then like 2 humans, a cat, and the last of all like a very disgruntled, uncomfortable, sweaty yak with a chest full of ticking watches.
I mean, as you look around, there's not much else going on right now. There's the occasional guard walking by patrolling.
So we're still in the town, pretty much. City
You're still
street.
in town, yeah. Not too far away from where. Seems to be pretty near the market that you were at, like in that area. It's not too far away.
It appears we lost the lead.
There's the
Or do we
occasional
have
like,
tracks?
drunk stumbling around. If you want to go ahead and check for tracks, you can.
We're out in the city, guys.
Yeah, I wasn't going to.
All right. You know what? Fair point.
Can we tell the guard about the place?
Can we
so
differentiate
they can send
between
people
the-
down there to get the bodies.
Will they believe us?
No,
Should we
Do we
remain
want to
fugitives?
we know
Do we
this
live-
was under the Tinker's Trinket.
Mm-hmm.
We still have no idea what's going on. I think first we should have a talk with Talia, was it? The owner of the Tinker's Trinket at some point.
Probably.
Maybe it's time to get some rest for the night. Get a couple hours of sleep before we have to.
I
Wake up in
like
the
your
morning.
attitude, Elthoron. I too, women. Early settler. Early
Can we
riser.
go by the Tinker's Trinket?
Yeah.
Let's see if any lights are on. Or did we get any indication that...
Are the lights on after the boiler?
Is there a check to check for anyone around us? Like, if there's anyone hiding in the shadows waiting to follow us?
The red cap
You can-
bodies are just riddled on the
Yeah.
bottom of the
Sit on
Tinker's
there.
Trinket.
You could make a roll for perception to see if anyone's following you.
Straight up perception.
Yep.
Let's call it 26.
Doesn't look like anyone's following you.
Okay.
Well, that's good news.
Which means
I mean,
everyone's following
You're pretty
us.
comfortable that
And not any one particular, but yeah.
you're not. People probably notice you, and if someone wanted to follow you, you feel pretty confident that you would see them.
I mean, where I.
What's wrong with this town? Magical werewolves eating chickens and people at night. Gnomes with red hats living in boiler rooms, putting bones in holes. What's wrong with this place?
Man, you live in Ashland. What are you talking about?
Don't worry.
This is true. Okay, never mind.
Ashland's more like Irised next door.
Okay.
Um,
It's
Okay,
a,
so
Well,
it's
like-
a city of great opportunities.
so
we ran
Not
the
unlike
yeah.
the other great cities.
you're like maybe a block or two from the Tinker's Trinket. So you walk back by, and there's. It looks like there's one light on upstairs.
Huh. Well, they still have.
I bang on
Power.
the door.
I'm just kidding. That doesn't correlate to power at all. Because
Wait.
they're all oil lit lantern.
Can I
What a
throw
shot.
Gixrat up to the window to like,
Oh,
take a look?
Can I consent?
I'm
mean,
I'm banging on the door.
I'm asking this time.
So as you guys like trying to decide if you want to throw him, and Aiden's banging on the door.
Just a couple times.
I could just fly up there,
A
you
banging
know.
knock, you know.
I'm just gonna
Eventually,
help you.
I appreciate that, I guess.
the door, like this little slot in the door, like slides open. And Talia looks out, and it's like, "Yes, What are you doing at this time of night?
Hold up like all
Is
20 of
this-
the red cap hats.
I say, is this late hour for you gnomes? Particularly?
Well, most gnomes are sleeping, but I'm burning the midnight oil currently.
Hmm.
There's work to be done.
Where do you buy this oil?
The same shop that sells elbow grease. Now,
If you would have a brief moment, we were tracking down the missing gnomes, and as we are not accustomed to this late hour either, and we were chasing down some leads,
I mutter, I am.
and we found some information that might interest you. Would you have a moment for us to discuss?
and she like slides the little thing shut and then slowly like pulls this like door open because there's huge like metal like sliding doors. So she pulls one of them open enough for you to walk through.
All right, we go in.
Yep.
Can we show her the chest right away, or are we hiding that?
The chest? I would,
No, we're.
I would definitely hide that.
You guys don't all have to
How
come
can we
in.
hide it?
Where are you hiding a
I
chest?
cast invisibility.
It's just a chest. No one cares about a
It's
chest.
a little wooden box you're carrying around. I mean,
Here's the deal, though. If those are the watches of her gnomes that have been killed, she'd be able to identify them.
Quite possibly.
Because we know those tools are coming from the people they're killing.
And these are toys and other devices too. Yeah.
So we,
I'll wait outside though. Still in the alleyway. I'm gonna wait across the street.
okay.
Elthoron's just awkwardly staring across the street like,
no, that's what it normally does. It's a ranger.
a ranger
we go
watches.
inside.
Yeah, you go inside. And so, yeah, Talia's like, please pull up a chair, sit down. And it's like she drags over like this little like wooden stool, like hops on
Is
it.
it big enough for us?
I mean, there's some normal sized stools, like they're big enough for you for sure.
Oh yeah.
The yak, you're gonna have to pull over a crater barrel to sit on because there's not, they don't have any chairs in the side here for you.
Is the ceiling
Perfect.
lowered?
Nope, it's like they gotta be able to get equipment in here. So it's, so, what is it that you have found?
So we were following up on your
Okay.
leads to go look at the fancy sign, a tavern where those frequent, and we enjoyed some time there. But as we were looking around in the area, we saw a gnome. It was a gnome, right? Attempting getting kidnapped by some creatures.
This is where I drop all the red hats on the floor. Just
Yes, and they were wearing these things, and we took care of a few and tracked them down through some tunnels, and we ended up below the Tinker's Trinket, a boiler room.
In a boiler
You
room?
aware of that?
I'm aware we have a boiler room, but not that we had an infestation.
Yeah, so we were down there, and we were following to see if we could rescue this gnome, and we were set upon by all these creatures, which we have dealt with, and there could be more, but none of these are left.
It was Wes! No, I'm just kidding. I'm not telling her yet.
And
It was Wes, I tell you! He's been up to it this whole time.
we saw Wes down there,
Dun, dun, dun.
and we exchanged some words, and they did not appear to be
Somewhat slyly.
who he normally appears to be. Do you know who he is?
How long have you known Wes
mean-
for?
Wes is
Is
a
he a
gnome
colleague?
who, well, I mean, he's worked in the shop for a little over a year now. But he came here from Alkenstar in the south. Like, he just journeyed up here on his own over a year ago. He's been a great employee. Wes actually is the one who does all of our boiler maintenance for us, to be honest. But I mean,
well, you're gonna need to sit him down there in the morning, clean up his buddies and fix your boiler.
well, I mean, how different did Wes appear?
Well,
This is
Different
where I
enough
like
that
take
he
my
may
hand mark and
not
I do
be
like
calling
smiley
you
face,
back.
hand over to angry face, and I put a red hat above my head.
you when you were in the workshop with Wes, he changed his appearance, did he not? For us, right?
He changed the appearance of the table, yes.
Oh, really?
Well, we were down there, and right
Had a-
before our eyes, he changed his appearance into something else.
More than just a table.
And he
He
quoted
became a chair.
necessity for us to do things, and then left us in the hands of these creatures that were down there. It appears there was workshops and work table and benches and traps set down in the boiler room.
What Aden is trying to say is your friend tried to kill us.
And the bones.
The beers.
I like nudge you and I like bones. Bones. Tell me about the bones.
In addition, got any dogs? Because this might serve you. And I might drop
bones.
a bone.
You grab some bones.
Yes.
And the pinky finger.
And a pinky.
And a
And a
pinky
pinky.
finger. I'm keeping that.
So we found a hidden compartment.
Full of
The
gnome
compartment
bones.
was gnome bones. A ranger stood outside.
I call
and
them-
look at them. Some were recent, some were much older.
I call them knowns.
Oh, please.
Interesting.
Even the Minotaur rolls his eyes.
Would you be able to identify personal effects? These are gnomes that went missing.
Probably some of them. I mean, some stuff may be marked.
Right next to the bone. So we've got pile of bones, pile of red hats, bam, pile of watches now on the floor.
You guys may want to consider doing background checks for your next hires, as I don't consider Wes a worthy candidate
Well, I mean,
for employment. You may never see him again, after all. We don't really know. I think he's been quite high.
I mean, it's hard to do a background check on someone coming from completely across the world, and it's for us. It's more of how well of a crafter or how good of a crafter are you? When he proved himself a, adept crafter using technology that no one
He's
else
crafty,
had.
all right.
It was really easy to offer him a job, and after months of work, he moved his way up. He became a more and more useful employee, and then eventually became
really?
someone who was running projects.
Oh, yes,
but
I
let me
see.
see,
So it was for efficiency's sake. You realize we could report you to the guard?
Gixrat,
I-
Gixrat. It is.
Can I attempt
It
to
is the way
Get down a
the
notch,
is done.
monkey.
slow your roll there,
Bring it
buddy?
down, monkey. Bring it down. He feels my hand that kind of just rests on his back right there. Like, bring it down, monkey.
She's just like looking. She's like, good guard, bad guard with me. That is rich. Now, she pulls out a little glass and starts going through the watches, and divvying things up into 2 piles really quickly. And tools, watches, notebooks, things are in there. And gets done with it. And it's like, okay, so this stuff here. It's slightly larger pile than the other one. It's this is all, these are watches and tools or effects from gnomes that they're marked, they have names and initials, gnomes that I know worked here. However, this, and we'll work on getting this back to next of kin and rightful owners. This over here though, and moves over, and a small handful, little pile of things. Most of this is not from around here, and it is just, it doesn't belong to anyone who worked here. And this is stuff that, you found it. It is yours to keep.
Mm-hmm.
Yay, pocket watches.
Ding,
Yeah.
ding, ding.
Well, it's you look at the little pile of stuff she pushes over, and it's a couple different watches. Some of them look really nice. Some of them just pocket watches. There's a pair of goggles, a weird rock, a ring,
I got a rock.
some yeah.
Would
So
she be able to tell us what the rock is?
Well, I mean, we
She's
could
probably the most knowledgeable
try.
person here.
We could try some of Seppo's squints if you want to look and see if stuff's magical. But that could be an interesting.
No,
Combination.
Talia, you
Yes.
must understand the point that we are at. You know as much as we do now, and it appears that Wes, that we saw, was doing some things. We don't know how much or what is going on. These are the objects we found in the boiler room.
He's rather mischievous, like you gnomish folk.
And so, a trail from the boiler room came up a little ways away from here. and that's as far as we got. Now, you must understand that we are leaving the city within the next day, and so we can help if we can, but
Probably
honestly,
won't.
I am at
mean,
a loss for what else we could do for you from this point.
Interesting. Well, thank you for the help that you have been.
Fire
We
this
will-
man.
Yeah, we will begin an investigation of the boiler room, and then we'll file a report with the guards. And if Wes comes back, we will have him collected and questioned.
I'm sure he won't, but good luck with that.
Hopefully he doesn't, because that would make things interesting for
He
us.
would be quite foolish to do. Yes, I mean, he
Yeah.
either comes back fully armed or not.
Well, I mean, we could be fully armed as well. We have plenty of armaments here.
You'd better get to it quick then, I would say.
Yeah.
You gnomes do dilly-dally quite often. from what
Can I
I've
just
heard.
like take Gixrat and like stick him in my arms and cover him?
Yeah.
I just pull him
I'm gonna
in
hate you.
silence and just
Talia, Wes was the one leading, was it
The firearms research.
Yes, the ranged weapons. Do you have more people that can work on that for you? Is this going to set some things back?
I mean, it may set some things back. At this point now, with the technology we've gained from him and the notebooks that we have, it wouldn't be that difficult for other gnomes to pick up where he left off and to continue his work. The biggest thing was just a spark that he brought that started this research, and then he always found ways to push the envelope and find the right people to fit into the team to make things move. So it should be another matter of finding another charismatic leader and figuring out a way to keep that project moving forward. And it will slow it a little, but at this point we're more about mass producing what we have designed and not as much about R&D. So it will slow us some, but not to an extent where it will cripple the operation.
Is she gonna tell us why he has the ability to change things, like the way they appear? Is he magical? Is
Do
he?
you have any familiarity in shape-shifting? Shape-changing?
Well, to answer your question, changing the shape of things is not that difficult. It's just a minor illusion that works really well here because no one uses or detects magic, and so it's quite simple to just. And she like waves her hand over at one of the tables, and it like changes what's on it, like what you can see. That is not that complicated. As for like gnomes this close to the first world, it's not that complicated to do something that simple. Changing your shape is difficult, and that would require changing a shape for a short amount of time would require the use of some sort of spells. If he's changing his shape for long periods of time, which he would work here 10-12 hours and still look like himself, that would be something different entirely.
I have a question.
Yes.
Do the witches of Earson recruit gnomes?
Not that I have heard of.
Not that you've heard of.
No.
You may hear of them soon.
I might.
He's going back in my arms. his head like poked out. I just kind of like pull his head back in.
For something to change shape that well, the first thing to come to mind is this creature that you hear stories of when you're a young gnome from the first world. That was a shapeshifter that would trick people into helping them and then lead them to their own demise. It was a greedy and hungry little creature that was always referred to as a gimmerling. Now,
Go on.
no one ever sees gimmerlings, but I mean, they don't usually reveal themselves to be Gimblings before they kill you, so
That might be the point.
they're kind of, yeah, you don't usually see them. No one, so I've never, that I know of, besides maybe Wes, interacted with the Gimmerling, but
Kind of like Voldemort. You can't see his true form without dying. What was that? Nothing.
Who's
Who's
Voldemort?
Voldemort? I don't know.
What is a Voldemort?
A story long past.
sounds like some sort of fungus.
Yes, something like that.
Can I see if she's telling the truth?
Yeah, go for it.
Perception, or can I use deception?
You can see the one.
I have a feat. I'll use deception.
What's Wes's last
Yeah,
name?
31.
Does Wes have a last name, or does he just go by
She
Wes?
seems to be telling the truth and genuinely kind of shocked that someone who's been working with her this whole time is possibly the person killing other gnomes.
Right. And maybe one last question from myself.
Right under your gnomish
These
nose.
these works of the First World mentioned. Is there someone that would be very knowledgeable in these things? Information we could find? Someone we could talk to?
I mean, if you're looking for information,
It is a curiosity of mine and my friends as well.
there's a gnome over in. Oh, now I gotta check the map. You saw the map over there? You did. Sweet. There's a gnome. What's the? Is it Stone District in the middle right, or Fire District?
Middle right?
Like that down one
Ivory quarter,
Jade.
to the left.
Ice.
Ice.
Fire.
So yeah, there's a gnome over.
Air. Water. Earth.
Yeah. Fire. There's a gnome over in the Ice Quarter who specifically deals in information. He runs a tavern over there. His name is Finnel. And if you're looking for information on anything in Icemark, he would be the person to talk to.
Didn't we already meet a fellow?
That's very interesting. I believe we have. We shall see him later.
Oh.
I thank you very much for your time.
Nothing is coincidental.
I wish we could have
Back
helped
in the
out more
arms.
or find out some things, but I'm sure we shall be by here when we return.
The end is nigh, I say it's nigh.
Nope.
Well,
Face
best of luck
covered.
on your journeys. And Yak, don't forget to take notes.
I'm like nodding at you while I'm trying to like squirm down the monkey in my arms.
Whenever you
Yeah, I'm
have
gonna take the...
hands
roll
free to take
athletics
notes.
to get loose. Can I roll
Will
to get
do.
loose?
Oh, you can if you want to.
Natural one.
You were not getting loose.
No, just kidding. It's is it athletics?
Yeah, I thought the athletics was his.
I have a -1 to my athletics, so
Grapple.
a 9.
Oh, he's still got you. Alright, with
My
that,
passive athletics is like 30.
yeah, you guys are able to just walk out the door.
I would never be able to beat that.
No, you should never get.
It'd be probably
And that 20 would be
fortitude-
automatic success.
Fortitude DC, probably.
Probably 4 DC.
That's
Oh.
a 29. So.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my gosh. So yeah, you find yourself back out in the street. Elthoron is still there in his hood and cape. Elthoron, make a perception check for me.
Side note, while Parker was talking, I did recall knowledge and looked up the Glimmerling guys. They're loaded on treasure if you can catch them and kill them. Like, apparently they hoard treasure, like valuable, dangerous treasures, like in spell stuff. So,
How do
gotta
you
find
you
this guy.
communicate
how,
that
how
to
do you
us?
know this? Yak?
How do you communicate it to us? You say.
I'm not telling you guys. I'm just thinking in my head, like, treasure.
I hope
You got
you're
a
looking at
28.
Gixrat.
28. I mean, the occasional guard walks by. The occasional drunk walks by. The occasional dog wanders by, but nothing out of the ordinary.
No. He's here. I bet you he can shapeshift to look like anything.
That is probably true.
Just start attacking everything.
Anything again?
You! Is your name Wes? You! Is your name Wes?
Who has
I think
Seppo's scope? Magic identification?
You had it?
Yes.
Does it
Wait,
have
He does.
Does it have a range on it, or does it have to be close? Do we know? Is that explained to us?
You have no idea.
I have no idea.
No idea.
Try it, though.
Okay.
Let's try it. Look at the people.
Do I have it?
I thought you had it.
If one
Maybe
becomes
don't. I
think I
magical, he's getting
do.
a fast axe.
It's not in the bag of holding, so
I
it
think
better
you
be.
have it.
We gave it to you, Daniel.
Okay. Okay, I thought I wrote that down. Seppo's scope.
Yep.
I take it out.
Roll me d6.
I scan around. 3.
3. As you scan around, you see people, like the 2 guards, like talking over in a corner. There's this drunk dude slumped over, like a block away around the corner. They don't seem that magical. As you look back over at, nothing's lighting up. As you just kind of scanning around, look back over, you breeze across that handful of stuff that, I'm assuming Baryakamule, you have all the stuff from the box that you got, the little handful of stuff.
Yeah.
As you kind of turning around, run yourself into Baryakamule with it, one of the watches appears magical. The goggles appear magical.
Look.
The ring
Look.
and the stone appear magical.
I see something.
Yeah, do you?
Yes. The stone, the ring, the watch. All of these items seem to have some kind of glimmer to them.
Well, maybe they
I see.
have some value to us, yeah. Should we make
I
our
do
way
an
back to
occultism check
the King's Cup Tavern for the evening, my friends?
to see if I know
Yep.
the nature? It's a 1 check per item.
Yeah, go for it.
Nothing.
First,
else.
roll me an occultism check, and I will tell you what you find out.
No, a word from us, sponsor.
Natural 20.
It's natural 1.
Oh no.
This is Gixrat's magic identification service. All your guys' magic identification needs.
Peak
So
quality.
with the peak quality identification,
Spelled quality.
yeah, it's like
I think.
that rock is magic.
Yeah.
It doesn't look
Can't
like
place
you
it.
throw it. You know what these are called, but it's just like,
It's on the tip of my tongue.
yeah, it's.
Can I roll an
Can't ever
Arcana check?
recall.
Do you have
Even if I don't
Arcana?
have Arcana?
Do you have Arcana? Are you trained?
I'm not trained in Arcana. But I figure anything's got to be better than a natural 1.
You can if you want to.
Okay, yeah.
Can
Do
I
you
roll
notice
like
anything
nature?
special about this? I'm having a hard time with this.
No.
It'd have to be Arcana.
I'm completely
Okay,
drawn a
we'll
blank.
just try for Arcana.
I don't know
It's
what to think here.
17!
So
Flat
the 17,
No, flat 17.
flat 17. With a flat 17, well, I mean, he's just a flat check. He doesn't have any. He's not.
I don't have any
Oh.
I give it
magic.
to the,
Okay.
Yeah. You would remind Gixrat that is an Aeon stone.
Ooh, Aeon Stone.
Don't know what Aeon stone it is, but it's an Aeon stone.
How does Baryakamule know this, and how does he tell us?
You guys would get. You've seen them in action before. They're.
How did I not recall? I look upon this. I'm like, I don't know how valuable this is.
Just need some practice, so.
Yeah.
My goodness, I can't believe I didn't recognize this at first sight. Thank you, Yak, for pointing this out.
And it's kind of a little like.
We cannot give this out.
I'm trying to decide which one's gonna be.
But if we
It's
needed
kind of
to
a
make
like
friends with the king,
a dusty reddish, like foggy red. And the other thing with Arcana, with that Arcana check and your occult check, where you're still thinking about it, you would recognize. What is that?
no, I
Dodge it.
forgot something.
Oh, yep, go for it.
Is Talia still up or still out, or we've already left? No, we've already left.
And if you want to poke your head back to the door,
No, I assume she's already going back to sleep.
We have never seen one of these.
your level 9 characters, you would have seen them in the past.
Oh, okay.
I mean, it's typically used by
Like sorceress people. They're worth a lot
Yeah.
of money.
This-
What color was this one?
You don't know that.
The
It's-
like my book says.
Yeah, it's like kind of a dusty
Well,
red
that's a
color.
Now, page 37 should tell us the direct source.
And the ring you recognize as a ring of
Dusty
lies.
Rose.
Of what?
A ring of lies.
I can't recognize any of
A ring of lice. It
Why
is
can't I
very
recognize
nasty.
Did you say lice?
That's what I said.
Yes, lies. No, lies. L-I-E-S.
Ooh.
Oh, you can keep that one.
I know. I was making a joke because of the way Aden said it.
I
You said
said
ring of
I
lice.
said lice. It sounded like lice. I said lice.
Is it lice
So
or lice?
would
It's
we
a lice.
Oh, no.
know what the stone does?
Not with the rolls that you two had. You would know it's an Aeon stone.
Okay.
Rats.
It's not the expensive one. One of them's worth a ton of gold. Ours is not.
I'm just like,
Yeah.
rats!
I have no idea.
No
They
offense,
make
Karzjo.
for a shiny present. is all.
The goggles.
So there's 6 of them. If you have all 6 of them, you can snap your fingers and eliminate half the universe.
Whoa.
Okay.
Wow.
So the goggles
That's
look
what
like they have like
Baryakamule
a.
thinks they're for. He's like, hand, snap, half dead. Let me hand it back to you.
The
Do you
the
have to
goggles.
make
That's all things must be.
a special gauntlet for that?
I mean, you might have to.
I'm sure Talia could. Anyway.
The goggles have this little like lever, like flip, like knob that adjusts the lens on the side. That like
Different colors.
I already have one of these.
goggles or Aeon stones.
No, the goggles. I already have one of these.
Oh, then you probably know what it is then.
Let me open my gear. It's a goggles of night.
Yeah, you would recognize these as goggles of night because you have one.
Night scene?
Yeah,
So now I have a second one.
so you can adjust the goggles. You can invest in them once a day and get dark vision.
For 1 hour.
Like so, you get low light vision automatically when wearing them, but if you invest in them, you get dark vision. I've just never had to use them.
Yeah.
Don't catfolk have dark vision?
No, we have low light vision naturally.
Are they like a big and clunky or like nice thin shaded colors?
Mm-hmm.
They're kind of like nice, thin. I mean, there's something where you could. So you would know because Karzjo has them. They give you a +1 to your perception for sight, and then when you activate them once per day, they give you dark vision for 1 hour. So you could invest in them, but then just like not have them down, and then like when you want to, like, oh, I'm putting my goggles on, snap them on, and then use the dark vision or perception when you needed it. But if it like cramps your style, you don't have to.
Yeah. Don't do that.
Real
Also
quick
fine with
function
just resin.
question. What does it mean when it says you have to invest it?
So with investing, you have 10 in Pathfinder. You have 10 invested items. You can have 10 magical items that require basically investment to you.
Okay.
And so if you ever get more than 10 items, you have to choose which ones you want. So some magical
Oh,
items
so
are not
And
invested.
it's just daily preparation.
It's just your daily prep at the beginning of the day. But how that
So
works
is
is
a
like
familiar considered invested?
I don't think
It's
so.
not an item.
Yeah, it's magical items.
So, but it's like if you had a like something that required like if you have the Aeon Stone and it requires investment, you couldn't mid combat be like, oh, it'd be better if this was on Gixrat and like switch items with him because you invested in it. Whereas if it's something where it's like a weapon that doesn't require investment, like just an axe with really good runes, you could toss it to somebody else or like gift it to them.
got
What's
it.
that spell where you like thoughtful gift it to them and they could use it?
Yeah.
So some perks
Okay.
will require investment, some perks don't.
Okay. That makes sense. Thank you. Because I was reading that and I was like, I have no idea what that means.
Yeah,
Is that for stones or is that
the Aeon Stone requires.
Stones are invested.
I think all these require
kind
investment.
of like attunement?
Except for you get
The
more of them.
stone one's weird though, because it hovers around your head.
Yeah.
It floats when
Like
it's
floats
invested.
circles around your head. Yeah, it's weird.
Oh, there's a
I'm like I'm
D&D
going
term
around
for
circles around Gixrat's head
An
with it,
Ion
like,
Stone.
trying to explain.
the what?
They're called Ion Stones in D&D. Yeah.
Stone. Oh my
Um,
gosh.
Yeah.
All right, my friends. Should we return to our sleep for this evening?
That time.
Mate, I'm not knackered.
I
Not
believe
gonna lie.
this is all we can do in this situation for now. It's best we rest up for our journey ahead.
Oh, man. Beat anybody else?
I can't tell if that was a real yawn or a fake yawn.
That's the point, Cap. I'm always tired.
So you easily make your way back to the King's Cup, and one of the barkeepers is still up, like watching the shop, like cleaning things up at the end of the day. Other than that, it's like one or two people that are like passed out at their table, but it's pretty dead this time of night.
I give Gixrat the nudge and tell him to I do the goggle motion and tell him to scan the room.
With the night vision goggles? Or
No, the magic ones. I want to make sure we're not being tracked by creepy.
Oh, those only work once per short rest.
Oh no.
So you wouldn't have it this time.
Oh, that's rough. I didn't know that.
Yeah. No, the magic detecting lens. You have the Seppo Squint lens.
Seppo Squint.
It's like once per. I think it was short rest. I'll double check that.
Yeah, I think we said short rest. All right.
So yeah, with that,
I'm off to bed.
you're easily off to bed. Maybe a little bit unsettling. That was a little bit wilder than stuff that not as dark as some of the stuff you've done in the last couple of days, but still this was dark for somebody else to do.
Can I unwind by trying to craft a leather armor? It's a flat check, so I have no skill. All right. Oh, 7. It looks more like a bag, huh?
Yeah, it's just kind of like
they're made from cows.
you're working away and you're figuring out how to punch the holes through it and get the stitch through it, and it's you get the feeling that you're pretty sure you could probably make a leather pauldron right now. If you've got it, you're getting there. You get the shoulder part of it down.
Ooh. Do I get half a crafting point, half a crafting day for that?
I would say no, not in this one, because you're just crafting for an hour before bed, and it wasn't a success. So no, you didn't get the day on that one.
Okay, I'm gonna keep the bag, make a pillowcase.
So, does that mean that you're using your cousin to make a bag? Because I'm pretty sure leather comes from cows, and you're a yak.
I didn't ask what kind of leather they gave me when at the market. It's alpaca.
Gixrat Baryakamule understands
Matter of intelligence.
the cycle of all things.
Truth.
Lesser warriors.
Lesser warriors. Yeah.
With that, you all get to sleep. Nothing weird happens in the night. Wake up bright and early the next morning.
Refresh my spell slots. Let's go.
Yeah. What are you doing as you get up in the morning?
I'm gonna get my poisons ready, and I'm going to actively. So I'm gonna prep them. I'm gonna actively apply them to all of my weapons.
How much life do we get back for sleeping?
Level plus con.
Yeah, level plus con.
Nice.
Is it level plus con or level times con?
It's actually con plus level.
Con
Level
plus.
plus con.
It's times.
I think it's times.
Times con. Yeah.
No way.
Yeah.
No.
Plus is very little.
Way.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't think so.
Pretty sure it's times.
Oh, you know what? You're right.
That's still only.
That brings me up to full. Dang, that's a lot of health for me.
Well, you
Constitution
have a
modifier
lot of health.
multiplied by level.
My
Yeah.
con's a 4, so.
Yeah, so you're getting a crazy amount.
Unacceptable. Impossible. The algorithms. They never predicted.
I would like to leave early and head down to the market.
Okay.
I'd like to play a fine tune for the morning rise to wake up my fellow compatriots.
Easily enough for you. You're strumming away. Aden, you're able to just slip out, walk across the street.
Can I roll performance for my daily check?
Go for it.
He sounds better than a
What was
rooster.
that?
Go for it. That's what you got.
Can I hit the snooze button?
Better than a
I
rooster.
think that counts. It's an 18 plus a 19, so
Chunky.
37.
That was a good one. You guys wake up to some.
I would like to.
You wake up to music that's so good that you're Where's that music coming from?
That couldn't possibly be
Could
Gixrat.
possibly be Gixrat.
Right as we walk downstairs.
Let's try again for leather armor, Parker.
Go for it. You've been thinking about it all night.
I'm thinking about it all night. That song's got me motivated now.
You got an idea?
Oh
Fact-
yeah, we get inspiration.
Do I
from
get a
that.
+1 for that song?
I'll give you-
motivated.
I'll give you +2 for a good song like that.
Let's go. Oh, natty 20!
Ooh!
You are
22.
definitely able to
Inspired.
get a piece of leather armor, like a set of leather armor, like together, and you're like,
I'm ready to rock these
Can I sell that at the market? Is it like really
Faerunian
good?
gnomes.
I mean, leather armor's pretty cheap. I mean,
Yeah, it is. It's dirt cheap, dude. You
But I
have
took off the pieces from my bag and I added it on. It's pretty cool looking. It's got like logos and all sorts of fun things.
A nice little like
It is
yak
a-
print.
It is a very hip.
Yes. As they say.
I mean,
It's form fitting. You know, there's more space for the packs. It goes in. I
Yeah.
put built-in abs with the leather chunks.
You would fit right in your hometown. Yes.
if
so.
Sure.
If it's form fitting, is it form fitting for a yak? Because I don't know how many yaks are going to be able to buy
I
this.
measured Aden in his sleep. Okay, I didn't want to say that out loud. It's creepy. I did the human measurements.
I slept very well.
if you want to go try and find someone to sell it to, you can.
Yes.
Doesn't he have low charisma?
All right,
though?
going to
Gixrat's
market
coming with me because I
anyway
need him
now,
to
right?
swindle somebody.
Very well.
Yeah, am I gonna have to sell for you, be your salesman?
You
Are you all-
offered earlier.
I'll do that, yeah. I'll
Are
do
you all
that.
heading to the market right
Alright.
now?
Gixrat and I are heading to the market. And I get a day of crafting for that, Parker?
Yes, you will. Aiden already there.
I'm alright.
What are you doing?
I am looking to see if the my clothes are done and ready for me from the
Yeah.
the
Oh, that's right. I'm going to go with Aden because I have to pick up my cloak.
Yeah, and sure enough,
If I find someone.
your clothes are ready to go.
All right, one fresh new turban
Mm.
and a neckerchief
Can I do a perception to find somebody who would be more
and a cloak of mist.
likely
Somebody
to
gullible.
take a high bid? That's not the word I was looking for, but
We're
Yeah.
looking for a moron. Can we do a perception check?
can I interest you in this fine assortment?
on the way to the market, you find this. You see this young guy
Young man.
who's down there, and the dude is just jacked. And
Yes.
he's out there early morning, working like probably his parents' shop without a shirt on because he's showing off. And you're like, man, if anyone would buy form-fitting armor to look good in it, it's probably this
That's
guy.
the one. That's the one.
Probably this guy.
Is he an
All-
anvil worker? Is he an ironsmith, or is he just a laborer of some kind? Or
He's currently out there like putting up benches, tables, setting up the shop.
gotcha. Is it a what kind of shop is it again?
It's just a little shop in the market.
Little shop. Okay. All
Looks
right,
like it
he's
might
just-
be like a
It's a big dude
yeah.
owning a little shop. I say, my good sir, can I please have you for one moment? I can't spare you any more than just a few,
Yeah.
but I couldn't help. Yeah.
Yeah.
I couldn't help but notice your fine, strapping young figurine.
Oh, thank you.
You're
That's
absolutely welcome, my friend. And my goodness,
He flexes a
a
little
work
bit.
of art.
I see that. It's just absolutely cut and trimmed to perfection, I'd say. Perfection. These orphan gentlemen ought to be jealous of your magnificent bloodline. It's unlike anything I've ever seen before.
Just
Now,
would
training
you have
until I,
to be called
I don't want to work the shop when I grow up. I want to
I'm sure you don't. You want to lift the world, my
I
friend.
want to be a raider.
Want
I
to
want
rule the lands.
to rid the world of witches. I want to kill the norm. And I feel like
Of course, and I think you could.
this was like I could do it easy.
Oh,
so
of course. You could slay it along with your bare hands. You could rip
Yeah.
it to pieces.
I'm-
That one Tyra Asheyes, I tell you, son, I met her. She's about this tall. You?
I could take it.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. My yak buddy here. Now, he is about double
I could
her
probably
size.
take him too.
Now, go ahead.
See him
Why
trying to
don't
draw
you
himself up and like.
Now, why don't we do something real quick? Now, I know we're all busy men, but I think this is a fun opportunity to have fun. Start the day a little bit. Why don't we do an arm wrestle? Here, between us, just you and him. And I kind of like nudge the yak. Come on, buddy. I'm sure you're bound to beat this fellow, aren't you?
I could take you right now.
Oh no.
Oh, could you now?
Okay.
Oh, could you? Oh, could you? We'll see if you're up to that. Look at this man. This
So
man's
just
all
Strength
beef.
checks.
Baryakamule
Strength checks.
goes
So
into
is that
raid.
athletics?
So
Fudge it. Fudge it.
yeah, roll your athletics.
So I'm gonna let it beat.
Fudge him. Let him beat you.
Oh yeah.
No, what you
I'm
do
letting
is
him
you.
beat me. I'm giving him a fight, Parker, but I'm letting him win.
No, what you
He's-
do is you let him. You
You're-
fight him, and then you beat him once, and then you say, "Oh, if you had this armor, I guarantee you would win."
You let him beat you, but you really have to let him beat you. Like he's got the muscle, but he's technique's lacking, not that strong.
He's lifting his elbows a couple times. He's kind of cheating.
Yeah, he
but,
slowly
pulls
gets
him
you
out.
down. He's like, oh, yeah, I could take the world, which is good because
Yes, I'm sure you could.
I'm gonna be going out on my first mission soon. I'm gonna be a real Vikinger.
Oh yes, I
I'm gonna
bet
go
you
out.
will. That man's about the real size of Lenorm, and I pat his chest and
Joining up with the military, gonna sail out,
Oh, I could just feel the
fight pirates.
raw
you know?
masculinity.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah. Are you feeling it, Yak? Are you feeling it? Yeah.
Yeah, I give my yak a little like
Well, I'll tell you
little
what.
thing.
I'll tell you what. You kind gentlemen, you would benefit from a gift. Let's just call it a gift of opportunity.
Go on.
An opportunity for you to perhaps take this fine crafted piece of armor here, made by the Yak himself. He may not have the greatest hands to arm wrestle you down, but he can certainly stitch leather together, and this is what we like to call form-fitting armor.
I mean, I don't mean to brag, but this is already rock solid.
I mean, I'm sure it is, but now,
Probably take a sword.
will you oblige me for just a second, and I take
With a
out
sword?
my
No,
loot?
of course not. Oh.
No, of
Music.
course. You see this loot?
I mean,
And,
I'm not really much for music, but if you want to.
Well, if you're not much for music, then are you much for self-defense? And then can I roll like a sleight of hand to like snip, to like slice his chest and be like, come on, manly man, whoosh!
No.
Go ahead
What
and
you?
roll an attack.
All right.
What?
Yep. I'm just gonna show him. Oh no, you're bleeding. All right. That's gonna be pretty good.
What you should have done is said that's why you don't need any fancy metal armor. You just need armor to look cool.
The
That's
monkey
a-
knows what he's doing.
It's a real possibility there. Hold on a second. Oh, it's a dog slicer is what it is. So it's a... Dang.
Did you kill him?
Don't kill
31.
him.
21. Ooh. Yeah, I
No,
guess so.
no.
Is that not a crit?
I mean, it would probably be a crit for him. His AC's not gonna be that high.
Alright. 6 slashing damage.
So yeah, so he's just...
Slice!
Oh!
Oh my goodness,
I mean-
now you're bleeding! Now hold on.
It's okay. The babes
Gentlemen,
love scars. The babes love scars.
Oh, I'm sure they do. Now hold on. I was only an illustration and I cast Soothe. And I heal him. Whoosh.
As long as the scar stays. That's... Because that's...
Oh
a
yes,
hard
no.
scar.
None of the scars leave. None of them leave. I'm sure they would love it. And the best part about this is the shoulder pad. The shoulder pads, they don't actually cover up your chest. They're form-fitting, you see. They can you can possibly bulge out the muscles, but now watch this. And I hold up the leather and I slice it and I kind of fib it a little bit. Slink. And it's just like barely any cut. Now look at that. Fine quality right there from a yak like that. Fine quality. I'm sure that'll guarantee safety for you, even if you're cut. The real smarts comes of being safe. Didn't your parents ever tell you that?
I mean... No.
Do you have parents?
Of course I have parents. They own the shop here.
Oh, okay. Just checking. Just asking. Of course, I'm sure.
My parents are telling me to talk to strangers.
Oh yes, I'm sure not. They're probably as bright and broad as you, my good friend.
Neither as bright nor as broad as me. I got the best of all of it.
Yeah, I'm sure you do.
Well, that looks like a fine piece of leather work.
I bet it would. I bet it would.
Would you,
Roll for diplomacy.
I'll, I'll give you 5 gold for it.
Now, my good
Sold.
sir, I would say 5 gold is a good price.
He just hands you the 5 gold. Baryakamule takes the leather.
All right, that sounds like a deal to me.
You see him like squeezing into it and like, oh yeah, that's a good look.
I bet it is, good sir. You'll not regret this decision.
Just
You
gotta
won't.
work it in, get some of my enemy's blood on it, and yeah.
Go,
Only
my
made
friend.
from the finest patterns.
Now go, my friend. Defeat the Lenore.
Uh-huh.
I will.
For the best
Maybe.
of us.
Next time we see
Comes
each
with
other.
the free bag. I give him the leather bag I made last night. That's
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Next time I see you, I'll be bending the knee, future king.
Maybe you could. Maybe someday you're pretty good with that instrument. You could be my bard or skald someday. You know.
Possibility.
Maybe even a court jester. You know.
You'll never know, wink.
He is a joke.
Yeah. With that, Aden, you're able to get your stuff with no problem. Karzjo, you're able
What
to
about me?
collect your
Okay.
cape. It's ready to go.
Cool. What's it called?
What do you want to name it?
I mean, what type
It's
of?
just it's gonna be like a heavy winter cloak made from adlet fur. So
Okay. Nice.
So while they're like doing their stuff, I've gone over to the blacksmith shop and bought an arrow head to fix my arrow that stuck into the stone wall last night.
nice.
What would that set me back?
An arrowhead's gonna set you back like a couple copper, like 2 copper for an arrowhead, maybe. I don't think
Okay,
arrows
just-
are that expensive.
Yeah.
I'm gonna call this Winter's Bane.
Sorry.
All right, and with that,
Cold,
are you
cold.
all ready to take a break?
I
One
think
second. I
am.
want to buy 3 more supplies for 3 gold that I got from that sale for more material to make armor from the crafts guys. And
Yeah.
then the other 2 gold I'm dropping in Gixrat's hand.
Ooh, a sly dog you are. I
commission.
mean a sly cow.
Yeah,
Don't
you're able to
push
get
it.
some.
I just kind of walk off.
You're able to get some nice leather and the cording you would need to make the armor, and then, yeah, with that, let's go ahead and take a break. We'll be back in about 10 minutes.
Fantastic.
What time will that be
This is
back?
awesome.
So,
Probably 9. Let's try to be back by 9:15.
9:15.
Yeah,
Alright,
7 minutes.
good stuff.
Nice.
We shall be back then.
Parker,
good.
what do you know
do it.
Alright.
All right, welcome back.
We back.
Phillip, nice scarf.
We got some new clothes, you know. It is,
Stylish.
got to always keep looking nice, even when we're out there fighting various things.
Hold on, let me go find an adlet.
Gixrat and I are about ready to start a second
Closet.
business.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Leather.
With
selling.
that, you've collected all your stuff. You've sold the armor that you've made and made a pretty tidy profit off that.
Sold
And
this
you
for a
gained a
yak.
day of crafting with that roll for sure.
Yes.
Nice.
Boys.
The day is yours. You do need to be in Ice Ferry by tomorrow morning for your departure.
Okay.
Can I ask a storyline question?
Go for it.
So I want to pack enough materials to craft, like the snare, the new snare that I'm learning, things like that. Can you find those kind of materials just about anywhere? Is it like specialized, like this would be the best time to buy stuff? And this is a poison arrow snare, and you already told us there's no poison here, so can I substitute something else? Like just an arrow snare, I guess?
Yeah, it would probably just be like a little arrow snare. You probably want to get some, like, looking at it, the only thing that you don't think you're going to be able to find easily out wherever you go would be like little hand crossbow bolts.
Okay, so I need to find those.
You probably want to get some of those.
Which, if you run out, I do have plenty of those.
Okay. Do you have a rough idea of how much this trap would cost, Parker,
To build?
to make? Yes.
Seems
a little more complex than the other two things that I have.
Yeah, I would probably put it in the... Hang on, let me... I mean, the price is probably going to be around to construct. Depends on how much of it you are building yourself, but probably in the range of like 5 gold to build it.
Okay.
How much could he sell them for if he created them?
If someone wanted to buy
really?
it, you could sell it for 10 gold, yeah. And this is also one that you could build it for 5 gold, and then... Like, most snares are single use. This one, you feel like you could rebuild it, re-equip it for probably 1 gold. You could recycle it and use it again.
Oh, wow.
As long as it didn't get
So
found
if we
and
ever found
trashed.
poison, I could set it up to make it like a poison one again later or something.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
If he just needed a poison, like a small poison for the time being, could I lend him one of my daily poisons?
Yes, it would be good
Would he
for
be
the
able-
day.
Yeah.
You could apply
But,
some
I
for
mean-
the day.
I
So if
mean,
you were, like,
so
going to
my
bed at
poison
night-
doesn't do much,
Yeah.
My poison doesn't do a whole lot. It does like just a D4 of damage, but it's
Yeah.
like an extra D4 on top of the crossbow bolt.
Yeah, so that gets you to a D4 and a D6 of damage. And if they're weak to poison, then it's way more.
Okay.
So yeah, with that...
But yeah, so if we're going to bed, we'd it would just kill the poison on it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
With that, what are you doing? We still need to name you as a group.
Yes,
Because it feels weird being like, what are you doing?
The Cool Kids Club.
do need a name.
Can I, when we decide on a name, can I get it engraved on my Adlet cloak?
Yes, you can when you want to.
Varsity
Cool.
jackets.
Yeah.
Well, like, since we need to be in Ice Ferry tomorrow morning, we still have to take a ferry over there. I am all for getting over early and getting a chance to settle in on the ship before we leave. Is that fair?
I thought you were gonna say since we have to go to Ice Ferry, I'm okay calling us the fairies.
We are the Ice Fairies. Yeah.
I completely saw it going there. I'm like, oh, please don't say fairy. Please don't say it.
I am, you know, we need something with a little bit more
Pizzazz.
chutzpah for, you know, when being announced
Spa.
in
How
front
much
of.
fun do you use in that?
You know what I mean. In the courts of kings, we shall soon be spoken of, and so we need something that strikes just a little bit of ice in the heart, right?
Iceberg strikes a little bit of ice in the heart.
Not enough. Not enough at all.
So,
Can I use my underground lore to locate I know I've already done this before in Ice Fairy, but shoot.
trying to find a fence.
All right.
Yep.
Did you
wait.
have a lot of stuff?
I don't think I really need one.
I don't think you do.
I got my skeleton key. I'm just looking for cool stuff to get.
Wait, what does your skeleton key do?
This gives me an automatic bonus to all my thievery checks to pick locks.
Okay.
Why
didn't you pick a lock?
Kind of cool, dude. Because I wanted to let you guys get some
He was a
some glamour for a little bit.
Busy.
I can do everything you can do.
I broke a lock pick.
I'm sorry to hear that. I can't break my skeleton key, so I'm sorry about that. If you want to find a fence, I'm sure there might be some.
I mean,
around.
if you guys have gone through the stuff that Phillip dumped in the knapsack,
I do,
like some of the tinkering tools and things that were in there,
I find
there are definitely lock picks and that kind of stuff in there.
Oh, this is what these are. Who wants some lockpicks?
Yeah, Aden would have
Can we
no idea.
sell the watches that aren't magical, the stuff that wasn't magical that we had found from her?
You can if you want to. You can try and find a shop that would take them.
We can just hold on to it, I guess.
Eventually, we can make ticking time bombs.
Yes.
I'm looking around for a fishery of some kind
Fishery?
where I can find some
Ooh,
fishing
fishery.
tackle.
You're better off finding one down by the river.
Tick, 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 tick.
So is there-
Not off of Karzjo? Yeah, probably not.
Well, I mean, you're currently up like at the market,
Oh,
so you'd.
Market. What
Which
is,
is like-
that's
what
not
is
the
the market
center.
called?
I don't know. The market was like someplace like right up in like here.
Here.
So you're gonna be better off finding something along the water, one of these waterways. You're better off.
Okay. I wander off. And I say I'll meet you guys later. At a later time. I'll catch you on the flip side. Back at the tavern at noon set or at dusk.
At what?
At the dusk.
At dusk.
Bye.
Alright. Should be a late ferry ride tonight. Hopefully they're still running.
Well, don't we have to be by tomorrow? Or?
Tomorrow morning, but
Morning.
It's fine. Perfect time to go out and
long does
gallivant
it take
for a little bit and
It
get
takes a
some
couple,
drink.
probably like
Celebrate.
I'd
Anybody
like
want
to
to
4 or 5
go?
hours
I
somewhere
would
there.
like to go to the ticket office and arrange a ferry ride. No.
Right now? No, thank you, sir. I will be drinking tonight before I go to die.
I mean, if you want to go try and find passage on a ferry, it wouldn't be that hard to head down to the dock and just talk to people down there and figure out.
I guess I'm just curious about what times they run. Do we already know that, or is it totally random? Like, what happens if none run tonight? You know?
There, I mean, you were under the impression that they were running like morning and evening, and so they'd probably be taking off around like 5 p.m. tonight, and then again probably early in the morning. So you do want to head off on the one like right before or after dinner, or you could wait and hop on one super early the next morning if you wanted to.
I think we'd want to go this evening. Any objections?
Seems
I mean,
meet down at the docks.
I would like to. Yeah, I'd like to be there
before
with
dusk.
plenty of time.
Sounds good.
We can arrange for something before that time, but let's all meet around there.
I like that. I think that is a reasonable course of action.
So you're looking for someone who sells fishing tackle.
Yes, I am.
Doesn't take that much work to come across someone
I
who.
don't assume it does.
Yeah. What kind of tackle are you looking for? They've got
I'm
everything.
looking for the professional grade.
Annette.
The
I am the professional grade.
professional grade
Fishing
fishing tackle.
Karzjo is
That's
the
what I'm
professional grade.
You're. I mean, you go down there, you're talking, and of course, everyone's like, My fishing tackle is the best.
I'm sure it is.
Look at
good,
it.
sir.
It's like, and it's like, you know, it's like, it's good fishing tackle, but it's not.
Chum and worms? Oh,
It's
you're the
not the
chum
best.
kind of gentleman. I'm looking for chum.
Actually, you find this guy, this grizzled little old guy who's just sitting in his little hut. He's like, so, you're looking for the fishing tackle?
You're gosh darn right I am, good
Well,
sir.
I've been making fishing tackle since my legs were too weak for me to go out and fight with an axe.
Oh.
Which has been nigh on 40 years.
40
because
years.
I am ancient.
My goodness, it certainly seems like it, good sir. Are you of an orphan descent?
I am. I'm one of the oldest Elven there are. You get the idea that he's like full of it.
Mm-hmm.
But he's like telling you all these great stories about fish he's caught,
Can I
wars he's
cast
been in.
Zone of Truth to make sure that he's not lying to me?
Yeah, go for it.
Alright, cool.
Oh, he is lying to you.
He's
I'm
lying. He's a fisherman. He's lying to you.
Would I just need to do a perception for that? Or is it just obvious that
It's
he's
pretty
lying?
obvious.
Alright!
He's this little guy who's just
You just
telling a story.
telling along. Yes, I'm
You
sure he is.
should, you should cast Zone of
You must be
Truth.
centuries old. 200, 300 years?
At least, maybe 4.
Oh my
We've been
goodness.
so many years.
The tales have not prepared me for this.
All those years, and I figured out the secret to fishing.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I did.
Maybe that's how you've lived so long, right?
It's this right here. And it gets down this like little box, like, and like opens it up. Yeah, and it's like a little like fishing net, like it's like old reliable on it. It can catch anything,
Really?
but especially jellyfish.
Oh.
And he puts it away, and then he's like, "But what you want? What you're looking for? I think, Sonny, you're looking for this over here." And he gets out this like pulls over and it's a really good looking tackle set.
Very good, very good. Not your old reliable, that's your personal set.
No, that's my personal
I suppose.
stash. That's what I use for catching stuff.
I see, I see. So a nice long day in the ferry. You sell from passerbys. Do you have a boat on which you go out by chance?
No, not anymore. I just
Fish off the side here.
fish off the side here.
Get a lot of swimmers and comers here.
You get enough fish. You just have to know how to catch them.
I'm sure you do.
Most other people here, they can't catch the fish here.
Huh.
They gotta go out in a boat so that they can catch fish out where it's easy to catch them. But I know how to catch them.
I'm sure you do. Wow. So how much better? Now, be honest. Be honest. You seem like a man who's rather confident in yourself.
Oh yeah.
How much better is this old reliable over any old kind of professional grade tackle? Is it a high caliber? Is it your most
I mean,
prized
it's-
possession?
It's I'm not selling it. You have to.
Oh, I'm
it
sure
doesn't have
you're
much
not.
reach.
I'm
You have
just
to be able to
wondering.
see the fish. If you can see the fish, you can catch the fish. But
Yes,
it's, so it's,
I
that doesn't
suppose.
work great for deep water unless you got a potion of water breathing, and then
Something like that, perhaps.
that's witchcraft. We don't allow that here.
No, not a potion, of course.
Are
not
you a
a
witch?
potion. I
You know, I've lived long enough.
certainly hope not.
I've seen plenty of witches.
Have you?
I have.
What do they look like?
Well, after I saw them, we usually killed them, so they look dead.
They look dead
Yeah.
to you. I
They're
see.
creepy. They're all wrinkly and old with a wart on their nose.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh, I see.
Oh, yes.
I think you might be mistaking them with hags, perhaps.
They're all witches.
Hmm.
Hags are witches. Witches are witches. There's also sandwiches, and those taste really good. I could do for a sandwich. How do you want to buy the tackle?
I'll share a sandwich with you.
For the good tackle? No.
Okay, alright. For the good tackle, I'll pay you a reasonable price. I perhaps could convince you. This fine watch here. Very, very fine grade, made of gnomish descent.
Ooh.
Yes, not Feywild.
That way he
by
can
any
tell how
means.
old he is.
Yeah.
This way you can keep track of the days, of which I'm sure you have plenty of youthful ones left in you.
I
Good,
want
sir.
all of the days left in me. Let
Now.
me see that watch here, Sonny.
Oh yes, of
One sec.
course. Now, hold on.
tell you what.
Can I use diplomacy to spice it up?
If you want to.
This is the finest grade of watches.
Give it a little spit shine.
Yep. Whew, look at that. Oh, can I use... Hold on. think I have a feat that lets me use the performance as diplomacy. Hold on a second. Let me just double check that real quick.
Good Lord, thank you.
Okay, no, I know. Alright, I roll a performance, and that is a 39. Sorry, 34. Wait.
Yeah?
Yeah, 34.
I tell you what. I'll give you...
You'll never see one like this again, I guarantee you.
It looks like a really good one. I'll give you the tackle for the watch, 5 gold, and a sandwich.
Oh! I'm afraid I can't. No, I'm just kidding. Of course I'll get you a
There's a
sandwich.
great
What's
little
your
place
favorite?
up the street that makes a fish sandwich, and I'm not busy right now. If you want, just follow me up there. We'll get a sandwich.
Oh, you've got it.
It's
Good
gonna
sir.
cost you like 2 silver for a fresh fish sandwich for him.
Alright, sounds good. I can do that. That won't break the bank by any means.
So yeah, mark off
And
one of those
so,
watches.
did you come? Have you lived in? I'm small chatting him up and I'm small talking. It's 2 silver for the sandwich.
Yep.
So egregious. I'm chatting him up. I'm asking. So did you grow up here and
Oh yeah. Yep.
here in Karzjo?
Well, I mean, this is where I'm living currently. I grew up I've been all over.
Yes, of course.
I mean, when you're a young Vikinger, you just go where the wind takes you. You kill whatever's there for the killing. You take the treasures there for the treasure taking.
Of course.
And then when there's nothing else to do, you fish.
A great sense of adventure. Yeah,
Of
when there's
course.
nothing. It's a great pastime, I'm sure.
I fought everything.
And you've
Caught
caught
everything. Yes, I've caught a minchcorn.
No way.
You know he's not telling the truth this time.
Wow.
Caught a minchcorn. I fought a Lenorm once, and I didn't kill it because I didn't want to be a king. So I just let it go.
I see.
Yeah, I made it give me a wish, and I let it go.
Sorry. My goodness. So I'm sure with your young strapping age, your parents are probably still alive at this point.
Unfortunately, they didn't get the longevity I did. They passed away a couple of centuries ago.
Most unfortunate.
Yeah.
I'm sure they still live long and full lives, full of adventure.
They did.
Yeah, okay. All right. Very good, very good. Now, what was the greatest beast that you've ever slain?
Oh, it'd have to be the minchcorn.
That one, yes.
Which is hideous.
Quite deep.
While you are whining and dining this guy, while he's telling you every story he has about crazy things he caught and saw, what is the rest of the party up to?
I would like to find a blacksmith.
Yep.
And buy the supplies to make a spike trap from him, and also see if maybe I could be friendly enough, or I'd even be willing to pay if they'd be willing to teach me a new craft as well. Like, I don't know if they need something basic to make like arrowheads or something. That way Jason doesn't always have to buy them, or studded armor or something like that.
Go ahead and roll me either diplomacy or crafting. You're probably not great either one, are you?
I'm not trained in either. I'll pay him.
Well, roll me a diplomacy or roll me a crafting check.
I'll roll you crafting. This is a flat check of 12.
12. Huh? You know, doesn't take that long to find a blacksmith who's willing to sell you the materials to make a spike trap, which is going to cost you 1.5 gold. And then
Oh. I thought you said cost 5 gold.
for doing the
No,
little dart
that's
trap
the
you're doing.
dart. Yeah, that's a
That's
poison
the one I
dart.
meant. The dart.
Oh, the poison dart trap. Yeah, that cost you 5 gold. And then, talking to him, a little bit of talking you do, showing him your sketches and what you're working on. He'd be willing to spend the afternoon teaching you how to make arrowheads.
I shall accept.
And so, yeah.
Does he have a price, or is it just generosity?
Just generosity, getting the free labor.
Okay.
So you can put in an hour or two here. And at this point, it's like 10 in the morning. You can put an hour or two
So
here.
I'll spend all day there, if that's okay, crafting.
Yep. Well, you just want to be sure you're at the docks by 5 when your party's showing up there. Or else you get left behind in Kalsgard.
Can I get a day of crafting from him, or does it just count as I'm getting a new skill?
You could...
I'm going to put in about 5 hours of crafting.
I'll give you a day of crafting for this, because you did roll a natural 20 in your check this morning as well.
Yes, that was such a good roll.
That was a really good roll. Everybody else?
I am wearing my fancy new clothes and walking around, showing my face places. I'd also like to go back to Tinker's Trinket.
Yep. Easy enough.
I'll follow Aden this time.
Yeah.
Yeah,
are you following along as well, Karzjo, or are you doing something else?
Yeah, I guess I'll go with them. I was trying to think of what I wanted to do, because poisons are just so dang expensive. That's the main thing that I was thinking about, but they're just so dang expensive.
Does Elthoron know any native poisons in the area?
Oh, that's a good question.
You'd know where to get them, but you're going to have to track down, like, ice spiders or ice worms or some sort of poisonous creature to get it.
Ooh.
Okay.
Which is
Maybe
very doable in Ice Mark, but... yeah. There'll be every chance in the world to track down a poisonous creature. Anyway, Tinker's Trinket. Aden.
Knock on the door.
Doors are open, and their work's slower today, as it seems like they are... Looks like there's also a few guards here, as they're, like, sorting things out and cleaning up the mess in the boiler room.
Does it by chance look slower because one of the machines doesn't work?
That too. Like, steam pressure's down, but they're busy, like, dealing with the more immediate problem of, there was a group of evil creatures living in the basement.
I stride right into the front door and look for Talia.
She is there giving orders, talking to the workers and the guards. Just, like, directing things.
I wait my turn.
She eventually sees you and is like, you're back again.
Yes, and I take off my nice fancy new turban. But yes, before we left town, I forgot something for you yesterday, and I figured I wanted to get it to you today, and I pulled out the random notes and designs from Wes that we picked up off the table. So not all the stuff, just his specific notes and stuff. And, I know he is may not be working here, but these might help continue on some of the work.
Oh, thank you. And she actually goes to him and says, yeah, it's definitely Wes's work. And seems like he was working on some more designs, some ways to improve on the weapon that we have.
Well,
thank you so much for that.
We should be very interested if these designs ever get built to continue testing for you. And when we do return, as always, we would be happy to continue working with you in whatever way possible.
Awesome. I would
ask if they're testing. I'd like to ask if they're testing any new prototypes that they could use help with, of anything.
At the moment, no, and we probably won't be prototyping anything immediately in the near future as we're rebuilding. Right now, we're just focusing on filling orders and fixing the cleaning house, as you will. But if you make it back, Ice Mark's kind of a wild place, but if you make it back, there'll probably be more to try out then.
Well, we should definitely look you up again when we return to the city.
Please do.
For now, it is in there next time.
Yep.
And we walk out.
All right.
Yeah.
I suggest next we go down to a tavern by the waterfront to just talk to sailors and learn more about sailing. Because I've never been on a boat before kind of thing.
Oh, I can teach you
So we can go
everything
hang
you
out
need to know. I
Listen
myself
to
have
some
sailed.
stories.
Is that where you're going right now, or you're saying in the future? Because I can teach you. I'm very skilled, man of sailing. I myself have been a captain for many years.
He's like, I don't know if I trust this guy.
Yeah. It's not that hard to find your way back down to the waterfront.
Wow, cold shouldering Aden.
Is there
I'm
anything?
just chilling around town, and I'll head to the docks. A few hours before dusk time.
In conversation with this old man,
Mm-hmm.
sweet talking him. I'm patronizing him, all sorts of, buying him another drink, another ale. I'll like do one copper or like
Yeah,
1 silver.
probably CS 1 silver max. Probably like 2 copper.
All right,
Good copper.
0.8. So 1 silver, 8 copper.
Just buy him a short ale.
Yeah. Just kind of getting him a drink, sweet talking him a little bit, just kind of getting his mood chipper and happy, and I'm asking him, like, wow, that must be absolutely interesting. Yeah, yes, you've been through so many, all kinds of experiences. Now, I'm curious, is there anybody who you just absolutely can't stand here in Ice Fairy? Anybody who, not Ice Fairy, Carlsgard, anybody who you know for a fact could be a witch, maybe a religious worshiper, somebody who houses idolatry of some kind, who finds value in odd magical artifacts, any kind of, I don't know, a witch, but potentially.
You're wanting to go on a witch hunt? I know a witch.
Perhaps to deal with one myself.
You want to make a deal with a witch?
I may be on a hunt.
Well, if you want to hunt witches, I know where to find a witch.
I'm looking for a charlatan.
A charlatan?
Yes. Somebody who poses as a regular person, but
Actually, not a regular person. There's a witch.
is actually not, yes.
Well,
Do you know any charlatans?
I might know one.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Who might that be, good sir?
Tyra. That imposter to this throne using magic to kill the norm? She's a witch, I tell you. She's an absolute witch.
Oh, yes, I'm sure.
I know it.
I'm sure she is.
Unlike all just generations of her ancestors that killed the norms with their might, and then she's out there using magics.
Using magic to kill the norms, you
Just,
absolutely hate to see it. How far we've fallen. The fall of...
How far indeed.
the fall of Rome. Things were so great.
Rome?
It's a place you've
Never
never
been
heard of.
there. I mean, I just stay up here in the north the whole time, so I probably don't know much about Rome.
Yeah, I've been all around. Absalom,
You've been
Garen.
a long way.
Oh, yes, absolutely. Avestan, our family, our ancestors came from Avestan, but... Yes. As all good states fall, they fall to corruption, greed, and the imposter syndrome of all sorts. And Tyra is certainly not one. Now, anybody more local? Anybody who
I mean, there was
who
this
just
one,
gives you an uneasy feeling?
there was a stranger on the docks this morning
Oh, really?
that just they looked like they could be a witch.
Oh, really?
And then they took the boat to Ice Ferry.
I see. They took a boat to Ice
They
Ferry.
took a boat to Ice Ferry, but they were here,
Are we heading
and
to
they
Ice
had
Ferry?
these.
Aren't we just heading straight to Broken Bay?
No, you're supposed to meet up with the ship in Ice Ferry.
Ice Ferry. Okay.
Leaves in the morning.
There's a couple of weird folks on the dock this morning that headed to Ice Ferry.
Odd. And what did they look like? Were they dressed in like dark clothing, or did they look
There was this
exotic,
one
like foreigners, like outsiders,
They
like those
looked-
blasted outsiders?
outsiders.
Outsiders. Ah, I hate to see them.
Some of them weren't outsiders, but some of them, there was these two. And there was one that was wearing this all red cloak. And she just looked like a witch. And there was this other one that was wearing this really deep, like purple and fur, like cloak. And she looked like a witch.
Oh, I'm sure she
I
did.
see.
I'm sure she did. Those are quite exotic colors.
She
Unnatural.
looked like
Unnatural.
the most witch-like person I've ever seen
She's-
since Tyra.
Probably just boiling with absolute witchcraft. And
I think they were here
Pure
just
dark
talking
magic.
to Tyra, strategizing,
trying to plot their next
overthrow
plan of attack.
all of our traditions. You know what they're doing.
Destroy our culture. You hate to see it.
You do.
Well,
All those Vikings getting soft and weak with their soft hands for casting spells.
unbelievable.
They don't have a callus. They don't know how to wield an axe or a shield. They just wave their little fingers around like they're casting some sort of spell. It's not
Purely
natural.
disgraceful. Just disgraceful. When I was a kid, my parents told me, Sonny, now you wouldn't believe this because they were a bunch of monkeys, but I'm sure you know my kind. They grow accustomed. They said you can't defend yourself unless you can wield a good hardy weapon that's at least double your body weight. And so
Yes.
I picked this lute.
You had good parents.
Very agile. I strum it. Well, I suppose that should be my cue to take off. Has been a
Good luck,
pleasure.
then.
And what was your name again?
I can't remember it.
I'm so sorry to hear
It's
that.
been so long. They'll just call me the fisherman.
Ah, yes, the fisherman.
I've just become the fisherman.
You are just the fisherman.
The only
Alrighty.
one. But if you see the witches, you take them out.
Oh, I'll do my best. You've got it. By my word, good sire. And I reach out my hand and shake it.
Pretty good grip for a skinny old dude, but he's like,
Alright, sounds good. And I depart.
yeah. So the rest of you rolling up on the dock around 5 p.m. Easily enough, you're able to.
I think I was gonna get one more thing. I'm looking around for attack.
Attack?
While he's looking that up, Parker, what does it cost to make arrowheads if I bought supplies?
It should cost very little.
Yeah, like a bundle of arrows is like 1 silver, so it's gonna be like a silver
man.
to make 20 arrowheads or something.
Dang.
I mean, when you're expending as many arrows as you do,
They're 1 silver per arrow.
They don't.
well, it's a
so it'd be really
bundle.
hard to find
It,
attack here.
it should be a bundle.
You have to try and convince
Because
Baryakamule.
you usually buy them as
Gonna
bundles.
have to.
Yeah.
Oh,
So it's like 1 silver for 10 arrows. A bundle is 10.
right. So that'd be 1 copper each arrow. So you're probably,
A copper
a
per.
fraction
Dang.
of copper. So a copper might get you like 5 or 10 arrowheads.
It's pretty negligible for arrowheads. It's like
How many silvers are in a gold? Is it 1?
10.
10?
10 silver to a gold. So yeah. Did you break a plate?
You should be able to make
Laura actually
more than
dropped
enough.
something.
Oh.
So as Aden and I are just talking about sailing stories,
Oh,
I'm
we
hearing
want to
about
talk
some
about
crazy,
sailing.
crazy stuff.
What,
Crazy
what,
stuff.
Let me tell you.
what would you like to know about sailing?
I'm getting more nervous as I hear some of the stories, but maybe you tell me like good things to prepare for going. Maybe
Absolutely. Yes. So for a couple hours, I will explain to Elthoron along the docks and just point out some basics. You are a capable man, and very strong and agile, and like many of these seamen, you need that strength and that agility to hang on in the fiercest storms and when various monsters attack. And so I point out a few basics of climbing and hauling and holding stuff down and movement on a ship.
How to throw open
And-
a bucket even when the ship's rocking really hard, you know?
We shall get to that tomorrow, I believe.
So, Karzjo, since we're down at the docks, Karzjo is going to buy a few smoked fish to store for the long journey.
nice.
Yeah, without much trouble, you are able to get your stuff together and hop a ferry and make the ride over to Icemark.
Did it!
Or
Right.
Iceberry, sorry. Rolling in.
During this ride, real quick, I approach Karzjo
Mhm.
and ask him, my friend, I must ask you to help me carry a burden. It's nothing serious. I just have a lot of elixirs that, well, you see, I'm having a hard time carrying because I'm so, fickle. It's weighing me down a little bit, okay? I've got a couple healing potions, a couple winter wolf elixirs. I'm sure we won't need these until... Otherwise, you never know, but... In the meantime, it's quite heavy. I was wondering if I could store them in your bag of holding.
Sure. How much are you storing?
Alright, so I've got 4 winter wolf elixirs,
Ugh.
2 moderate frost
Whoa.
vials,
Jeez.
2 moderate elixirs of life, and 2
Here.
lesser elixirs of life.
Okay, let's start that over again. What you got?
I have 4 winter wolf elixirs lesser.
Okay.
I've got 2 moderate frost vials, which I was going to use on those frost trolls, but silly me.
What?
I
They do?
made a guess, so I was like, maybe they're not
Oh.
frost trolls.
Like an alchemical bomb that does frost damage.
Oh yeah, that would do nothing. I'm glad you did not.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, what else?
And then 2 moderate and 2 lesser elixirs of life. Thank
Okay,
you, good
cool.
sire. Thank you. I'm down from 5.6 bulk out of 5 to 4.6. Beautiful. All right.
So that need trouble.
Oh, and I have 3 moderate alchemist fire.
Gosh.
And here's my stuffed animal called
and here's my
my
figurine.
favorite blankets.
And here's my prized coin chip.
Here's this.
And you're
I
like,
picked up
Bidley,
some
get over
here.
here, Bidley. The bear gets
Come on,
in there.
Get in the bag.
Eventually, Karzjo's just gonna tip the bag upside down and dump his stuff out. Over the edge of the boat. It keeps
Okay,
going.
sorry.
Yeah. So with that, I mean, you've managed to get stuff resituated in the packs. You've made this journey going the other direction before, and it doesn't take that long. A couple hours, and as it's getting dark, your boat pulls into the dock at Ice Ferry. You're able to disembark.
Nice.
You have... Where's it at? Easily enough, you've been here. You know where the tavern is, the Frosty Tankard.
Oh, I know how to get straight to business.
Yep. And so, just roll in, head to the tavern, or is there other
Just
stuff you want to do
check
here
in.
first? Yep.
So the boat is our home base, right? So we can leave stuff on it we're storing for missions.
Well, you just took a boat over to Ice Ferry.
So we gotta
you're
clear
going
all
to-
of our gear out.
Yeah, you want to pack out your gear, and then you will be
Okay.
disembarking on a boat tomorrow. That'll be your home base for the near future.
Okay. Packing the gear out.
Yep.
That candle smells so fresh. Ah, yes. Do you smell that? That's the smell of impending victory. Just around the corner. Feel encouraged. Feel inspired, gentlemen. For this is the first mark we make to our path to riches. Kyra is no joke, I tell you. No joke.
And,
Two.
we're returning to the same place we stayed before.
Yep. Frosty Tankard, which is where you all started. Everyone except for Elthoron. This is where you started as a group, but you're a bunch of like people with different backstories who we never figured out exactly what all of you two were shipwrecked. But what the rest of you were doing here when you were hired by the Grinskuldirs to salvage a ship. So, you walk in. Just as you remember it, a little bit busier than the last time. Someone give me a perception check.
I'll do it.
I am not doing it.
Always the yak.
It is a great party.
I want the yak to roll for it.
Go for it if you want to.
Do we have enough time to do a thorough search, Park, or is this a quick scan?
I mean, just a quick scan as you walk through the door.
Okay.
I just rolled a 26.
Oh, that's better than mine. Mine was only 22 this time.
Yeah, with that, you walk in, and it's like some of them are soldiers, most of them are sailors. There's 2 people sitting at a table off in the corner by themselves, one of them wearing a bright red cloak, and one of them wearing a dark purple cloak.
Woo!
And you hear from the back corner, someone calls out. Someone hails you from the back corner, and like motions for you to come over to their table.
To the purple cloak table?
Nope, opposite corner of the room. I mean, he's kind of this like older guy, short, clean, dark gray beard, wearing a heavy like leather jacket.
Did you signal for all of us?
So that way speak more.
Well, I saunter on over there.
He's not
Right.
a soldier of some sort.
Doesn't look like it.
Should I check to make sure that I see the individuals?
Go for it.
Natural 1. No, I'm just kidding. 21.
You definitely notice them. Their colors stand out a little bit.
They pop out. And I give them a double take.
Makes their eyes pop.
You get over to this guy's table. It's like 2 or 3 other people sitting with him. They all look to be sailors. Next scene says, "Gentlemen, my name is Captain Rock. And if I'm not mistaken, you are the crew that I'm being hired to take with me." And that's where we're going to end tonight's episode. Because it is 9:59.
Cliffhanger! Excellente.
So yeah, we'll pick up here. Tomorrow you will be, or next time we play, you'll get to be introduced to your ship. You will be setting off on your adventure for Icemark, and we'll be making that last push to level 10.
Heck yeah!
So
Sweet.
be thinking about what you want to take as feats as you upgrade, because I'm pretty sure we'll get to level 10 by the end of next week.
Okay.
So you'll still be level 9, but be thinking about what you want to do for level 10.
Excellent.
If you have questions, comments.
I
I'm
have comments. You did
slammed
a
all
fantastic
week
job,
till
by the way.
Sunday afternoon, Park. But is there a chance Sunday afternoon, you and I can look over some of my things to make sure I got stuff figured out before I add another feat to it?
Yep.
Sweet.
I'd be up for it.
Thank you so much.
Fantastic job.
Yeah.
Super fun.
Thanks for playing. Thank you all for watching. It was a blast. And until next time.